Argyle Eagles Booster Club production.
Welcome into the LHM Financial Pregame Show here on Argyle Eagles Booster Club Broadcasting. My name is Blake Jones, and I'll be your host for tonight's show. Argyle football faced off with the Pleasant Grove Hawks in their first home game of the season. Argyle had a battle against the Hawks last year, as Pleasant Grove was coming off their third state title appearance in as many years. PG has had to reload, but their program is always dangerous under head coach Josh Gibson. Two really good teams squaring off at Eagle Stadium with 1-0 records. A quick start would be very beneficial for who could grab it, and that was the Argyle Eagles scoring on the second play of the game.
Handoff again, he's going to go deep. He's got a man open at the end zone, touchdown! 2 plays and a touchdown! 40-yard touchdown pass!
7-0 Argyle. The Eagles defense stands tough on the Hawks' first possession and gives the offense the ball in good position to score again, and 9 plays later, they do just that.
Big gold PG on the helmet. Here's Robinson. He's going to throw toward the end zone. That one is caught, and a touchdown! Hayden Stewart, right at the left hash mark, 21-yard touchdown pass. Robinson to Hayden Stewart. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
Argyle all over Pleasant Grove early. The Eagles have been running a 2-quarterback system through the first 2 games, and on Argyle's third drive, it was the backup Zach Oldmeyer getting in on the fun.
3rd and 1, it's going to be Oldmeyer again. Quarterback draw straight up the middle. He's got room. 10, 5, untouched. Zach Oldmeyer straight up the middle. A 26-yard touchdown run for the Argyle quarterback. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
20-0 Argyle after the first quarter. The Eagles defense played with their hair on fire, as Coach Rogers would say. They're in the first half, forcing 7 of the Pleasant Grove's 9 drives to go 3 plays or less, giving up 0 points. Already with a 20-point lead, the Argyle offense scores 3 touchdowns and an absurd 5 plays in the final 5 minutes of the first half. Here's all 3.
Jason Crowder's out there at center right now. 1st down and 10, Argyle from the Pleasant Grove 40-yard line. Robinson, fake, now throws deep on the right side to Hayden Stewart. He's got him at the 5, walks into the end zone. Argyle Eagle touchdown. 40-yard touchdown pass. Robinson to Stewart. 6 more on the boards for the Eagle. Going deep, Jaquan Felton, he's got it at the 10, 5, touchdown. Once again, an Argyle receiver gets behind Jonathan Ketchum. And a 46-yard touchdown pass. Robinson to Jaquan Felton. 6 more on the board for the Eagle. Empty backfield this time for Zach Oldmeyer, and I thought he might look for Copeland, and he is nice rolling out to his right, and there is Jet Copeland. He hits him at the 1. Nice job by Copeland to come back and get it, then dives inside the pylon for the Argyle touchdown. 25-yard touchdown pass. Zach Oldmeyer to Jet Copeland. 6 more on the board for the Eagle.
48-0 Eagles at the half. Both teams put up 2 touchdowns in a quick-moving second half, and that will do it. Here's Kenny to wrap this thing up.
Week 2 is in the books, and your Argyle Eagles are 2-0 as they beat the Pleasant Grove Hawks 62-21 tonight at Eagle Stadium here in Argyle.
We are just getting started in the pregame show. When we come back, we'll begin to break down tonight's game between the Argyle Eagles and the Celina Bobcats right here on Argyle Eagles Booster Club Broadcasting.
Rapid Med Urgent Care provides you and your family with personalized minor emergency care and primary care, checkups to cuts, broken bones, vaccinations, rapid COVID testing, physicals, and now with our all-new online booking system, scheduling a visit has never been easier. Simply visit our website at rapidmed.com, find a time that works for you, and book your video visit or schedule an in-person visit. Rapid Med Urgent Care, the hometown family doctors with Texas-sized hearts. Extremely proud supporters of our Argyle Eagles.
Hello, Eagle fans. This is Joe and Tina Bartram with LHM Financial, formerly known in the Eagle community as CNN Mortgage. We're a privately owned mortgage lender since 1998, offering home financing options for your family needs. LHM Financial is a proud sponsor of the Argyle Eagles and an active member in the community. So mention this ad and receive $500 towards the cost of your appraisal when we do your financing on your next home. Give me a call at 817-601-7800. If you have dreams, we have solutions. LHM is licensed by the Texas Department of Savings and Mortgage Lending. LHM NMLS is 184530. Joe Bartram's NMLS is 1010. 778. Go Eagles.
Financial pregame show. The Eagles stay at home for another week and welcome in their biggest rival, the Celina Bobcats, to town on Friday, September 10th. Whether Celina is in Argyle's district or not, these two programs seek each other out to make sure they play a game at some point in the season. Last year was also in Week 3 as Argyle traveled to Celina and played in one of their closer games all season. This year should be no different, as Celina has very high expectations, bringing back most of their starters from a team that advanced well into the playoffs last season. For more on the Bobcats, here is our Scouting Report segment with Celina head coach Bill Elliott. All right, joining us now for the NWC General Construction Scouting Report is the head coach of the Celina Bobcats, Bill Elliott. Hey, Coach Elliott, how are you doing this morning?
I'm great, Blake. Thanks a lot for talking to us this morning.
Of course. I always appreciate your time. Well, let's get right down to it. You return a lot of starters, especially on offense, where you return 9 to be exact, and you had a really potent attack last year. When you compare where you were this time last year after the offseason of uncertainty surrounding the pandemic and where you are this year, it's got to feel like night and day.
Oh, it does. It just seems like such a different season from last year with all the things, the procedures we had to go through, the protocols, the UIL the state was putting on us in our schools, and it's just so much. It's back to normal football, and it feels so good, and we just feel like because we do have so many kids coming back from last year, we were really young last year, we just feel like we're so much, farther ahead at this point of the season than we were last year, so it's a great feeling.
And did I see right that you went twice last year where you went 3 weeks between games?
Yes, that was a killer. I mean, it really did. It was, because we had teams cancel. We never canceled a game, but we had teams cancel on us. We would try to pick up a game and find a game, and it would never work out. And so, that was a killer. When you were going to the district, we had basically 3 weeks off. And then right before playoffs, we had 3 weeks off, and it was just that was really hard because you need to play. Your kids need to be on the field playing, for conditioning, just for getting game reps in. I mean, so it's huge. It really hurts you.
Well, I guess the good thing, your kids didn't get banged up too hard, I guess.
Yeah, that was one good thing. We didn't have the injury, so that was one good thing. They were fresh. We stayed fresh.
Right. Health was not an issue last year. But I do want to bring up, your season ended on a last-second field goal to Graham, where you lost by 2 points. It's got to be so tough to go through that. But, would you rather lose by 100, or would you rather lose close like that and avoid the heartbreak?
Man, I've been asked this. I think of both sides of it. I don't like to lose anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a good way to lose. It was such a gut punch in that game because we felt like, man, we got this game, under control. We got a chance to win, and they end up getting, it's 4th and 20, and they get the first down by an inch. It's like they barely get that play, and then they're able to kick that field goal. They had a great kicker, and we get the ball and end up going all the way down to the 10-yard line and run out of time. After they kicked back off to us, and we should have a timeout. So that was rough, but our kids, I thought they really overachieved last year because of their youth and everything that we went through during the year. So we were excited to get there and have that opportunity. So now just to try to have a chance to make another run.
Yeah, I know those games stick with you a lot longer than they probably should, but
yeah.
It just means how close you were, and that certainly feeds into your team's expectations for this year. But what are your expectations? I know in the community, aspirations are really, really high. Do you let those lofty goals slip into the locker room at all?
It's a lot like, Celina's a lot like Argyle in that respect, just because of the success we've had over all these years. And, me being here 29 years and, with all the championships that have been won and things that have gone on, there's such a high expectation in our community for our team, for our kids every year and our coaches, which that's what I wanted. I would hate to be in a community that doesn't have high expectations for their kids and their teams. I just think that drives excellence. It drives us to be better, just like you see in Argyle with what y'all have. It's the same thing. That expectation is there every year that, you're not just getting in the playoffs, but you're making a chance to make a run for a state championship. And you want it to be that way because I think that drives us. It pushes us as coaches to work. It pushes us as our kids, our athletes, to work even harder to accomplish that.
And it's fun. Right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Who wants to just be, man? I hope we, get out of district, or I hope we, that's what a lot of places are. That's their expectation, So, very, very happy that I'm in a community and been able to be a part of a community for so long that has always had that expectation on their kids.
So I saw on your roster that you've got some twins. What is it like coaching twins? Can you tell them apart?
Yeah, I can now. Used to I couldn't, but the Ty and Cole, both of Johnny, and Ty's shorter. Cole's quite a bit taller than Ty. And so now, he's grown a lot more, so you can kind of tell them apart because of the height. But it's really kind of cool. I mean, it's funny because they're really close. They're so close to each other. You always hear that about twins, but they really are, and they feed off each other. They really help each other a lot. And they're both great baseball players also. They're going, play college baseball, and so they're just really good boys. The mom and dad are real involved, and so it's a lot of fun having them out there because for the last 3 years I've really struggled Celina Park. Now I just call him Martha Johnny. I just call him by the last name, Martha Johnny. So but now I've got it down now finally. So.
Yeah, you got a little cheat code there with the different height.
Yeah. Well, Ty is not tall because Ty is not tall. That's my cheat code. So.
Okay, cool. That's good. That'll help us on the broadcast as well.
Yes, sir, definitely.
So you begin the season playing 3 top talented teams in 4A, and all former district opponents. So some familiar faces around. Did you want to test your team this early in the season, or did you just want to revisit some old district rivalries?
Well, there's a little bit of everything in there. A lot of it is it's just like what Todd deals with for y'all is it's hard to find games. It's hard to find people to play.
Right.
And that and so you have to play you can get, and fortunately all these teams, because they are good teams, they'll play. A lot of teams that are not at that level won't play us, and so we're able to get those games. It is a challenge for us. It helps us. I think it prepares us. I think it's what helped prepare us for last year. Getting into the playoffs and the teams is iron sharpens iron. That's what it's about. And so being those tough games, you go through the battles. The trade-off in that is if you get banged up or get some bad injuries because you are playing teams that are good at a higher level. That's the trade-off you have to be careful with there. And so I like the challenge. Our kids like the challenge. We tell them that's what we're doing. We're challenging you to see what we do, and it exposes our weaknesses too, and it allows us to see what we need to get better at and where we need to improve as we go through the rest of preseason and the district, get ready for the playoff run.
This is Coach Elliott on with us in the LHM Financial Pregame Show. So we had those special 2 years where Argyle and Celina were in the same district, and it was pretty neat that it was the last game of the year. So it was always something to look forward to. In Week 10 was Argyle and Celina this year and last year. Get to the game pretty early. Do you have a preference? Did you enjoy playing Argyle late in the year, or do you like kind of testing your team early?
I think it was kind of cool. We played at the end. It's being here so many years. It's funny how those work out. Because that's all just kind of a draw. It's not done on purpose. It's drawn out that way. But even back when we used to be in the district with Pilot Point, and that was such a big rivalry, and it would end up being the last game of the year. It seemed like all the time in district. And to me, that's kind of cool because it comes down to usually that's the district championship game. A lot riding on it. And the two big dogs matching up. The two big rivalries. It's kind of like rivalry week in college. And you go after it. So, I think that is kind of a neater deal when we can do that, and I don't know where we'll get to that point, how Argyle will go number-wise this next, go around and where we'll be at, but, I imagine eventually we'll get back to that same thing.
Final question for you, Coach. Any pep talks needed this week, or are your kids pumped up to play Argyle already?
I think it's one of those things. I'm sure it's just like, Todd's dealing with the kids there. Because of who we are and because of the history, it's not that hard to get the kids ready to play and be ready to go, and get after the game. And that's what's so cool because we don't have to work at it. Some teams you play, you really have to keep your kids motivated. You really got to focus them. You really got to, talk up the other team. Nowadays with social media and everything that's on the internet, everybody knows everybody. And so our kids know, how good Argyle is. I mean, they're the best team in the state in 4A, and they've got a lot of talent, some great players over there. Coach Steph does a great job. So, our kids are fired up for the opportunity to go out there and just see where we're at and what we can do. That's what Friday night's going to be about.
Well, Coach, be careful getting down to Argyle. Best of luck to you and your kids. And as always, you're so kind with your time. I really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, Blake. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks to Coach Elliott for his time. Coming up after the break, we'll hear from Coach Rogers in his weekly flyover.
407 Barbecue is a proud supporter of the Argyle Eagles, named the very best barbecue in all of DFW several times over. 407 Barbecue offers an array of award-winning smoked meats, including mouth-watering brisket and rib. If you're brave enough, try to tackle on your own Spudzilla. No plate is complete without one of their world-famous sides either. And don't get out the door until you round out your trip with a bowl of Grandma's banana pudding. 407 Barbecue is family-owned and operated by your neighbors right here in Argyle. See their menu and catering options online at 407bbq.com or see for yourself at I-35W exit 407. 407 Barbecue.
Buying or selling a home is likely your greatest investment. Lori Jacobson and the Legacy Group believe in making the process easy and simple for your family. Whether you're moving into your forever home in Argyle, need help remodeling or staging, or are a first-time buyer, Lori's dedicated to making sure all of her clients walk away from the transaction satisfied. She has a saying that you walk in as a client, but you leave as a friend. So it's no secret why she's been named Best Real Estate Agent by D Magazine yet again. Lori Jacobson encourages all the Argyle Eagles to leave a legacy both on and off the field. Go Eagles!
kind of got out of hand there. I believe it was 48-0 at the half. But what were your immediate takeaways from the game last Friday night?
Well, I was looking for a marked improvement from Nolan Catholic, just a higher level execution, confidence in play running, execution of the defenses, all those things. And I saw everything I needed to see in the first half the other night.
You said in the postgame that you wanted your team to be 20 to 30% better. What does that mean?
Well, I just think that all those factors lead into that, everything I just said. We just need to raise our level of awareness, more confident in play execution, more confident in defensive execution. And I knew we were going to see it. If I don't know anything in 20 years, I know that there's going to be a marked improvement the first few games of the year. The percentages decrease as the year goes on, of course, but you got to continue to perfect your art.
Yeah, I knew you weren't, just looked a little rusty there in week 1, but week 2 there seemed to be a stark difference, and that led to you getting up on Pleasant Grove handily in the first half. Do you think it was a little bit of that Argyle shock and awe that got to Pleasant Grove early?
Well, that's what we've been preaching. I'm not going to take credit for how well our team played. I think our team prepared well for the week, and they knew that, there was a very strong opponent coming in, and they wanted to play well in the home opener. So there was a lot of factors that led to that. I think our team has the ability to be a little overwhelming at times. I don't mean that any disrespect to any opponent, but we're pretty good defensively right now. And our ability to score offensively has improved from week 1 to week 2.
So it was your first home game that you've had to bus kids over. How was that process? Was it easy, a little more difficult than you thought?
No, it's just awkward. It's just awkward. It's just going to make every week some form of travel. It's a new normal. We've kind of used that phrase abundantly the last 2 years. So I think we just got to figure out there's going to be some tweaks and changes and all those kind of things that we need to work through. But it's going to be fine. For
those that don't know, there's a new facility over here at the new high school. So all the kids gather here, then you get on the bus and you bus over, and then you come back and then you disperse. So it's definitely a new feeling for a home game. That's for sure. This is Coach Rogers with us in his weekly flyover, and I know obviously the goal is probably to not play 2 quarterbacks the entire year, but with it working as well as it is, how do you see that changing going forward?
Oh, we're going to stay with it. We felt like that, it's no different than having a backup left tackle ready to go in the game, and we're really emphasizing it. The kids are really buying into it. I don't think anybody feels threatened. Everybody's getting quality playing time, and I'm very pleased with the game plan for both quarterbacks, and Zach was able to go over there and make a huge contribution to the defense, and we're putting him on pace to comprehend what we're doing defensively, and so we're going to stretch him on both sides of the ball to make him an intricate part of both sides of the ball.
It was interesting seeing the quarterback at safety making some tackles and putting his head in there. But does that make you nervous at all?
It makes me a little bit nervous, but Zach has tremendous experience playing in the secondary, and yeah, he may look awkward every now and then, but he'll get his rhythm back to him. He was a starter over at Marcus last year, and it won't be foreign to him long.
Just interesting to see maybe a quarterback slide, and then next possession he's in there
knocking the snot out of somebody. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's fun. On the ground, offensively, you like to pound the ground and make their safeties come up. Won't get into all that, but. I think what your offense showed there in the second quarter was their ability to strike quickly. The offense had the capability of last year. So that had to be nice to know that when needed, if you need to score in 45 seconds, your offense is capable of doing that.
Well, we got to go vertical with the football. And if we can go down the field with the football, it loosens up the defense. And we've got to have that big play threat. The big play threat opens up our running game, and vice versa. We feel like that we've got to run the ball to stretch them vertically. Got to have both aspects of it. It really works best when that does occur, and I think last Friday night we were able to see the benefits of both.
So we heard from your player spotlight guest this week, Will Ramsey, who is one of your captains this year. He was your defensive player of the game in week 2. There's just got to be a level of comfort knowing that he's somewhere roaming around your secondary.
He is abundantly confident, as he should be. He's a very experienced player. It's just third year out there roaming around the secondary, and he's retained a lot. Little bitty subtle changes are not that big a deal for him, which makes it better for everybody. Everybody just wants to be comfortable back there and know that somebody's got their back, and Will can communicate that and get everybody lined up right. So it's a nice luxury to have for our defensive staff.
And you talk about Olmeyer sticking his head in there. Will Ramsey will do that on you too. He's not afraid to deliver a blow. Coach, it's Celina week. I know it's a little amped up during the week whenever that color of orange comes to town. They believe to be up a little bit this year. This might be one of their better teams in the last handful of seasons. What have you seen from them as we step into the NWC General Construction Scouting Report?
Well, I see a very talented team. They've got lots of composure, lots of athleticism at all the different positions, offensively and defensively. This is a couple of years into their offensive scheme. They kind of changed a little bit. I think they're looking very comfortable with it. It's a team that looks very much like us up front offensively. Big offensive line, good skill positions, poised quarterback, lots of athleticism at the wide receiver. So they're doing a few things similar to us and attacking attacking down the field with the football and being able to run the football. Defensively, they're very physical. They're athletic. They come from everywhere. They try to create a lot of chaos. And so we're just going to have to do a few things offensively to, don't get excited and don't get all bent out of shape. They do more, we do less. And so one of the keys to victory is to, stick with our game plan, do a few things and do them well, and keep pounding the football. And we believe that's a luxury for us. Defensively, I think one of the game plan keys to the game plan is to, give our possessions, as many possessions as possible to the offense. They're going to score points. We just can't get a dauber down. We can't get all frustrated about that stuff. We got to keep making the changes. I did an interview today, and I think that the critical piece of it is whoever makes the most adjustments in the first half is going to win the game. And I think that to be true. And so I hope we go in there offensively and defensively with a plan A, a plan B, and plan C, and we're able to transition to them and make the quickest adjustments, because they're going to do something we're not used to, and we're going to do something they're not used to, and whoever can adjust the first half will probably be the victor of the game.
And those are your Rapid Med keys to the victory. Coach, best of luck in this one.
Thank you much.
Thank you, Coach. One more break here inside the LHM Financial Pregame Show, and then I'll throw it to the guys for tonight's action. Stay with us.
NWC General Construction. It's about trust. When you hire a contractor, especially after a hailstorm, you'd better hire one who you can trust. NWC General Construction is that company. We've got a 40-year history. NWC is a GAF Master Elite roofing contractor and a member of GAF's exclusive President's Club. We do roofing, gutters, painting, siding, windows, fencing, and more at a fair price. Please visit our website at nwcgeneralconstruction.com or call us at 214-989-ROOF.
I am Jolette Ryan with the North Texas team, now powered by Compass Realty. I've been providing my clients, friends, neighbors with premier real estate services in Argyle for over 18 years. I am dedicated to providing my clients with a more powerful service and even more powerful results. We are working together to create a personal experience to help you accomplish your real estate goals. Call us today if you have any real estate needs. We are proud to be part of the Argyle family, and go Eagles!
All right, that'll do it for me tonight. I'd like to thank Coach Elliott and Coach Rogers for coming on the show, and I'd like to thank you for listening. And now let's go live to the stadium and step inside the 407 Barbecue press box, where Mitch Cullen and the legendary Kenny Arthur will take you the rest of the way.
And now let's head straight down to the field. You'll hear the voice of head referee Mike Ritchie and the coin toss.
First, we're going to come talk to you if we're needing your help. All right? All right, Celina, you're the visiting team. We got a heads and a tails. All right? What's your call?
Tails.
We call tails. It's heads. You want the ball? Which end do you want to defend?
Kick in with the wind. That way.
You want to kick that way? You want to defend down here? Get down here.
All right. You heard that. Argyle wins the toss. They want the football. Try to do another one of those. If this was last year, they'd score on the first play. Last week, it took them 2 plays, so we'll see what happens tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's Argyle Eagle football. It's the Celina Bobcats in town tonight here at Eagle Stadium in Argyle for this big non-district matchup. As we're just about set, we're going to have a moment of silence. And remember 9/11, 20 years ago. And then we'll have our national anthem sung by Levi Pabst. He's a junior at Argyle High School. He'll be singing our national anthem, member of the Argyle High School choir and part of the a cappella group Remedy here at Argyle High School. And so you'll hear the voice of PA announcer Andy Smith, and then this moment of silence.
Thank you. Performing the national anthem tonight, Argyle Junior Levi Pabst is a member of the Argyle High School choir and award-winning a cappella group Remedy. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, from stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Always blows my mind how one school can have so much talent. You heard that one, Levi Pabst, Argyle Junior, singing our national anthem. With Mitch Cullen, I'm Kenny Arthur. Clark McNulty down on the sidelines. Blake Jones producing. Thanks so much for joining us. It's where you hear Argyle Eagle football, brought to you by the Argyle Eagle Booster Club. Let's jump right into this. The 2-0 Celina Bobcats have come to town, coming off a big victory a week ago over the Paris Wildcats. Argyle is going to have their toughest test so far this season. And Mitch, how about your rapid med-urgent care keys to victory?
All right, Kenny, it's going to be a great game. Should find out a whole lot about Argyle, seeing as how Salina beat two of the top three opponents we're going to see in the season. But I think number one key to this game is control your emotions. There's a lot of emotion playing Salina. It's a huge rival. Don't let the moment get too big for you, especially at the beginning of the game. Just do what you've been practicing. Number two, eliminate their big plays, right? They scored in the 30s. We're not sure if that's great or it's not. Just depends on what their competition was. Eliminate the big plays. And number three is the turnovers. Win the turnover battle and hopefully eliminate any turnovers on your side of the ball.
And the all-important wisdom of Andy Smith would tell you, number four, finish the game with more points on the scoreboard than Celina.
Very good.
Celina will kick off. Caden Lowrick is the kicker. Junior for the Bobcats. We'll get you that Cinch Cleaner uniform update here in just a moment so we can paint this picture for you if you're not able to watch us tonight on YouTube, if you're just listening. And Lowrick's kickoff is a line drive kick. It's going to be taken at the 5-yard line as both Felton brothers are back, and he's going to get out across the 30 to the 35-yard line. Jamel Felton. 30-yard return for Jamel Felton. And the Argyle offense will come out on the field. We'll find out who all those guys are in a moment. We'll set up this Celina defense for you. They're big up front. William Pace and Brady Cunningham's the defensive tackles. Trey Hollins and Jacob Vinson, the defensive ends. Oh, and now Argyle quarterback Jacob Robinson goes in motion, and there is a direct snap to Dax Haraney, and nothing doing as Hunter Neely, the middle linebacker, you'll hear his name a lot tonight, he sniffs that one out. cuts through the gap and makes the tackle in the backfield, actually for a loss of a yard. The other two linebackers are Wyatt Stevens and Jamison Driver. Jed Ubanowski and Cole Marteljohnny are the corners. Now there's a pre-snap penalty. Safety Zach Ververka and Ty Marteljohnny.
Offense, number 72, 5 yards, second down.
Well, one thing, and you didn't necessarily mention this one, but you don't want to get started going the wrong way.
Well, I mean, that's your emotions, right? A little bit jittery, ready to make the play. They jumped again.
Second down, 16. Delayed handoff this time. And a couple of yards is all for Dax Haraney, who started at running back tonight. He usually starts at safety, and we've seen either Peyton Shoemaker or Landon Ferris starting the last couple of weeks, but tonight, Dax Haraney getting the start in the backfield next to his quarterback, Jacob Robinson. It's going to leave a 3rd down and 13 for Argyle, moving from left to right in this first quarter.
Big Austin Criswell right there drove Hunter Neely 20 yards back.
We've got some sort of timeout on the field. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, the golf cart is blinking.
Through all the rivalries we've had with them, they've got far and away the loudest horn, and it created some animosity both ways. And so I think Argyle finally said, look, we'll be the bigger bunch, and we'll turn our horn where it's not necessarily blasting right at your fans. I don't even see our horn as it goes.
Yeah, there it is. Well, they were talking about the blinking lights there on that golf cart.
Well, the horn is on that thing, on that golf cart.
So 3rd down and 13. Early going here. First quarter. No score from Eagle Stadium. Robinson from the shotgun, and looks like it's going to be an offside free play. But nothing doing for Jacob Robinson as number 35, Wyatt Stevens, is in the backfield. And Celina, an extremely aggressive bunch. So if you beat them and get past the line of scrimmage, you might be running all day, but they will be in your backfield.
Offsides, defense, number 14, 5 yards, 3rd down.
So that was Trey Hollins that was called for the offside, and so that'll get the Eagles to the 36-yard line and make it 3rd down and 9.
So Celina's always been a smash-mouth team, right? They always want to intimidate their opponent. That's kind of what they're doing right now is they're bringing extra players, trying to really put pressure on Argyle early.
3rd and 9, a little movement again, but no flag this time. Robinson holding the ball. He's got a man open. Great catch by Hayden Stewart. Was a little bit behind him, and I think if Jed Ubanowski, the cornerback, saw the football, he might have been able to reach up and slap it out of his hands, but great catch by Stewart and an Eagle 1st down at the 46.
Yeah, had to redirect his body when he was already up in the air to catch it.
Quick snap, Robinson throws, and this one also caught with the defender Dean Hamilton hanging all over the Argyle receiver Ward McCullum. That's a pickup of 9 into Celina territory to the 45-yard line, make it 2nd down and a yard for the Eagles. 2 receivers right, 1 left this time. And this time, handoff to Haraney. He's got to sidestep somebody in the backfield. Able to get by him and get a couple of yards, just enough for a 1st down to the Celina 43. And now Peyton Shoemaker will come in at running back.
Yeah, Argyle going really fast right here and trying to keep Celina off their on their heels a little bit by mixing up the plays with the passes and the runs.
From the 43. Oh, there's some movement on that left side. Looked like maybe Austin Criswell stepped back just a little bit. He was the first one.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk to the officials about that because they're jumping. They're almost trying to draw them off.
71, 5 yards.
And I think that's what Coach Rogers is saying to the side judge over here.
Third penalty already in this game. 3rd pre-snap penalty. And it's going to be Peyton Shoemaker getting the handoff. Runs right into the back of his offensive lineman, Sheridan Wilson. And is actually going to be dropped for a loss of a yard. And it's going to make it 2nd down and 16. Trey Hollins on the stop there, the junior defensive end.
He tried to bounce it right. If he bounced it left, I think he had a lot of running room over there. Everything was just kind of stacked up.
2nd and 16. Fake this time. Robinson's just going to keep it. Got lots of running room on the right side. 40, 35. Cuts it inside across the 25. All the way down to the 23-yard line. 26-yard pickup there for Jacob Robinson. I'm not sure if that was a quarterback keeper or if Jacob just saw it and just saw lots of wide open green. Nevertheless, the 1st down at the Celina 23-yard line. Snap back again, and it's Handoff to Peyton Shoemake, and before Shoemake even had the football, Hunter Neely in the backfield. And that's the third loss of yardage for an Argyle running back, and in comes Landon Ferris at that position. 2nd and 13, and Ferris has got it. He's got some room on the left side, cuts it inside, and gets a nice gain. Zach Vaverka drags him down from behind.
Yeah,
gain of 10, it'll be 3rd down and 3.
And you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz, right? If it works, it's great. If it doesn't, it's usually disastrous.
This may be a free play, and it is. Toss towards the end zone is going to be incomplete. Knocked away by the Celina defender, but that was another offside, I believe, as Argyle trying to draw, Jacob Robinson trying to draw the defense offsides, and it's worked for the 2nd time in this drive.
Offsides. Defense, number 14, 5 yards. Result to be a 1st down.
Another 1st down, and nice job defensively. A lot of times your defense gives up on that play, Mitch. And, but Celina, better coach than that. Jamison Driver, linebacker, was back there to knock that football away.
So, Clark, are they doing that on purpose down there, you think?
This left defensive end, number 14, is going off with a clap.
And Landon Ferris has the football, and he cuts it back to his right, and he's going to have a couple of yards inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Argyle started right here at the 11 on this one, so they can get a 1st down just outside the 1-yard line. Play 11 of this drive for the Eagles, and it's going to be Ferris again. And again, somebody in the backfield for Celina, as it looked like there was a little hole there behind Grant Cheney. But Hunter Neely, again, that middle linebacker in the backfield to make the stop. It'll be 3rd down.
And he's just coming in that A and B gap, I think, isn't he, Clark, right there, and just filling that hole every time.
And they're trying to kick down on him, and he's just bull rushing every single play. And the 2 linebackers are taking turns on a zone blitz every other play.
So 3rd and 10. Robinson's going to fake it. Now rolling to his right. He's looking toward the end zone. He throws to the end zone right at the pylon, but Hayden Stewart could not reach out and grab that pass. It was a little out of his reach, and the field goal unit will come on for Argyle.
Yeah, I think Hayden Stewart just kind of ran out of real estate there. He got all the way to the corner of the end zone. There's nothing really that they could do. Jacob just was trying to force it in there because he was going nowhere. He was going to get sacked if he didn't get rid of the ball. So just kind of same as throwing it away, which is okay. Still got a chance for 3 points right here.
Colton Rockamore to hold. Caden Yates, the deep snapper. Carter Buxton to attempt this 27-yard field goal. Snaps back, it's good. Buxton's field goal is a line drive, and it is good. 7:26 to play in the 1st quarter. Scores Argyle 3 and Celina nothing. And since we didn't get a chance before they started, that Argyle offense took it down and put 3 on the board. Who's starting for those Argyle Eagles? Jason Crowder's out there at center right now. 1st down and 10, Argyle from the Pleasant Grove 40-yard line. Robinson, fake, now throws deep on the right side. Hayden Stewart, he's got him at the 5. Walks into the end zone. Argyle Eagle touchdown. 40-yard touchdown pass. Robinson just... And Robbie Stebbing back deep for the Bobcats. And Dodson's kickoff is high, and it is deep, and it will be fair caught by Urich at the 5-yard line. And that's where Celina will come out, 1st and 10. And huge offensive line up front for the Bobcats. They average 281 pounds. Michael Reeps is the center. He's a senior. Caleb Cortez and Hamish Mapofu are the guards. Zach Ferris and Brendan Armijo, the tackles. The tight end is Brady Cunningham, and he's a good one as well, 220-pound senior. Colin Urich is the receiver. Brower Nickel is the split end. Ty Hagenbrock, another receiver. Troy Peterson, usually the running back, but they switch out a lot as well, and Sean Rabe is the fullback. And here's a handoff to Sean Rabe, and Rabe is going to have a pickup of about 6 to the 31-yard line for Will Ramsey comes up and makes a stop for Argyle.
Yeah, big hole right there. Quick little dive off to the right. That big hole closed pretty quickly, but good start for them. 6 yards, a little bit different than the way Argyle started.
8th carry of the season for Rabe. Troy Peterson leads the team, 27 carries, 176 yards. 2nd down and 4 for the Bobcats. And pass on 2nd down is complete. Quarterback Noah Bentley, the 6'2", 185-pound junior, completes the pass to Brower Nickel. 14-yard gain to the 44-yard line.
Kenny, let's do that drive summary. You ready?
Go for it.
This first drive summary by Dave and Kathy Salisbury, the real estate station. Argyle, 13 plays, 54 yards, 4:34 on the clock, and 4 negative plays on offense. How long has it been since they've had that in one drive?
Handoff, and this is Gayton, number 11. Gabe Gayton, the 185-pound junior. Michael Madry makes the stop, and absolutely no gain that time for Gabe Gayton. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Yeah, that defensive front for Celina definitely stuffing. You can see the Argyle offensive line over here still discussing some things.
Yeah, and Argyle's usually good about making adjustments too. I don't think you're going to see that the entire game, that's for sure.
2 receivers right. Split backs on either side of Noah Bentley, who is in the shotgun. Play clock down to 9. Bentley wears number 1 on his Celina white, and here is a handoff. It's Gayton once again, bounces it outside, but a swarming Argyle defense. Looked like there was some room out there, but ends up not being much at all. First one on the stop was Brock Bunce for the Eagles, and they do give him a couple. It's going to leave a 3rd down and about 8.
There's a flag down on the other side of the field. Got to be motion because it looked like it's back in the backfield.
Let's get the call here from your referee.
Illegal formation, 5 in the back, 5 yards, 3rd down.
So when I asked the question about the 4 negative plays in a drive, when was the last time we had 4 negative plays in a game almost,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, good point.
But it does show Argyle's resiliency, right? It also shows what happens on that blitz where you get some losses, but you also give up some big plays. Argyle just couldn't get the big plays once that field shrunk down at the other end, but they did do enough to get the 3 points, give them the lead to start the game.
So 2nd down and 15 now for Celina, back at their own 39-yard line. Bentley rolling to his right. He's under some pressure, under a lot of pressure, now gets away from it. Now he takes off running, but it's still going to be, he's going to get a yard. That's going to be it to the 40-yard line on 2nd and 15. It's going to leave 3rd and 14. Grant Mirabal, a little middle linebacker for the Eagles with his 15th tackle of the season.
Yeah, what a great job of staying at home, right? He didn't get antsy and rush the passer or drop too far back in coverage and stood right there. And once he was flushed out, was there to make the stop for no gain.
Mirabal, the 6'1", 231-pound junior that should be highly recruited. Yeah, heading into that senior season next year for sure. 3rd down and 14. Ball at their own 40-yard line. Celina wearing all white jerseys, white pants, orange numerals, white helmet with the orange C on the side of it. There's going to be a timeout called by Celina. And we're going to take us a timeout as well. 4:36 to play first quarter. Argyle leading Celina 3-0 on Argyle Eagle Booster Club Broadcasting.
The Real Estate Station, owned by Dave and Kathy Salisbury, Argyle residents and proud Eagle parents. The Real Estate Station has been in Argyle since 1986, buying, selling, and renting to thousands of happy clients. We are proud and honored to be the Argyle ISD designated real estate office and look forward to helping Argyle ISD build its future because our success comes from our school's success. We've been proud district supporters for over 15 years. We were the first real estate office in Argyle and we're here to stay. The Real Estate Station. We love supporting Argyle schools. Go Eagles. Feel like you never have any space to put things? Tired of your closet always looking cluttered, no matter how you try to organize it? Try Closets by Design. Have an expert out for a free consultation to have a look at your closet, garage, home office, pantry, anything. And they will build you a closet system that caters to your every need. Why go buy a basic, cookie-cutter piece of furniture when you can put in a system tailored specifically for your every need? Schedule your consultation today by calling 972-361-0010 or schedule it online at closetsbydesign.com. Imagine your home totally organized. Closets by Design.
Well, here's the interception by Jamel Felton. Unfortunately, the officials gave us about 30 seconds instead of 60. And so we didn't get to get that interception. But nevertheless, it was an interception on 3rd and a long way. 3rd and 14 to be exact. And Bentley was just trying to hit his deep receiver. And Jamel Felton, playing center field, comes over and makes that interception. And Argyle takes over at their own 43-yard line.
Yeah, and when you say the pass was overthrown, it's kind of an understatement. It was way overthrown, right? He couldn't even have jumped and gotten a hand on it. But Felton was there in position, got it, made a nice little return.
First down and 10 at the 43. And Knox Scoggins gets the handoff, and I don't know if he was struggling to get a hold of the football or what, but he just kind of stood there for just a second before he did anything. Maybe he was looking for a hole or knew he was about to get hit. I'm not sure what it was, but lost a couple of yards here. It'll be 2nd and 12.
Yeah, so you wonder if you're going to start cutting these linemen, right? That keeps them from just flying in because they're wondering if you're going to cut them low every once in a while, but got to do something.
And it's again Knox Scoggins. And again, nowhere to go. Zach Vaverka and that aforementioned Brad Kissinger. Well, we didn't mention him. It was during the break. We were talking with Clark about Brad Kissinger will play because Brady Cunningham, their tight end, plays both ways, but Brad Kissinger in a defensive tackle for him right now. 3rd down and 12. Play action for Robinson. He's looking. Now rolling out to his left. Might have chose to do that a little too soon, and he's going to be run out of bounds. Not even back to the original line of scrimmage. Might have got a yard before Jamison Driver run him out of bounds, and a quick 3 and out here for the Eagles in a punting situation.
Yeah, and just nothing doing. The 2 running plays, there's nowhere to go, and then on the 3rd down looking for the pass, everybody was covered. He had time to throw it, just nobody open. And to me, the biggest downside to that is that defense is right back up off the bench and fixing to head back out there.
Well, and you get that kind of pressure early in the game like that, because I mentioned that Robinson may have left his pocket a little too soon. I think he still had a little more time back there.
Yeah.
Caden Dotson back in punt formation. Great snap, and of course the rugby-style punt. It's going to bounce backwards, and Ty Hudgens will grab that one out of the air. Glad he's got some better hands than his dad.
Yeah.
And able to stop it quickly right at the 30-yard line, a 28-yard punt for Caden Dotson. And no return, so Celina will have it 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. And, hey, Mitch, how about we figure out who's bringing us our first quarter tonight?
Man, a bunch of great people are, that's for sure. Great companies. Cycle Center of Denton, Wes and Lisa Spence, Waxahachie Autoplex, Sherry Brunson, Cinch Cleaners, Argyle Dental, Connie Johnson, A-Town Apparel, Brian and Shell Stone, Alex Payne and Yellow Door Storage, and Marge Blum of our favorite, the Snooty Pig.
Here's a handoff. And Gabe Gayton has it once again, but Michael Madry stops him after a gain of only about 1.5 yards. And speaking of Brian and Shelly Stone at Shout Out Promotions, they're the ones that printed these nice little programs that you have here this season. And so
I saw that.
If you have them, you actually just go to the back and you scan this code here that nobody else can see except for me and you because I'm pointing it out
to you. But you're pointing to it, yeah.
With this QR code, and you scan that, and you get the entire program on your phone, on your iPad, or whatever else. That way you can look at all the pictures and see all the players and the band and the Majestics and the cheerleaders. My beautiful daughter Paige is in the cheerleader section. Here's a quick pass out to Cullen Urich, and that pass is complete. And it's going to be right at the first down, and it will be enough for a first down. Dax Rainey runs him out of bounds.
Yeah, just a little rollout pass where he got behind the linebackers and kind of in that little area between the linebackers and the defensive backs and just kind of found a little spot, and they hit him pretty quick and picked up that first down. When was the last time we saw a defensive struggle in this stadium? Never?
Yeah, and we haven't seen much of one yet, but we'll Offense struggling a little bit so far for Argyle. 1st and 10 from the 40. Snap back to Bentley, and it's going to be Gayton again, getting a handoff, and he's hitting the backfield.
By everybody.
First one back there was Carson Shaw. Lost a couple of yards that time. It'll be 2nd down and 12. And hopefully after this series, we'll let you hear who's starting for these Eagles on defense. A couple of changes, though. Devin Owen was starting in game 1. He's been out the last couple of weeks, and so Jet Copeland moves to one of the safety spots. And Jaquan Felton is starting at corner. 2nd down and 12 here for the Bobcats. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Cunningham, the tight end, lined up more like a fullback, and they're going to hand off again to the left side, and it's Gayton. He's trying to get outside, and you're not going to get outside against this Argyle defense. Jet Copeland comes up from that safety spot, makes the tackle, another 2-yard loss, and it'll be 3rd and 14 now for Celina.
Yeah, and Jet had one blocker between him and the running back, and he kind of shed that guy just enough to hit him and kind of knock his feet out from under him, or at least get him off balance. And when he tried to cut, his feet just went out from under him. So nice play.
Minute and a half to play here in the first quarter. Argyle leading 3-0, and Jaden Scarlett has checked in for the first time tonight. Big defensive tackle for Argyle, Texas A&M commit. 2 receivers go right for Celina, 1 to the left. The best receiver, Urich, is out here to the left on the near side. Going to fake the handoff to Gayton, and Bentley's going to throw out to Cunningham, the tight end. Even if he catches it, would not be enough for the first down, but a little too tall and great coverage by Will Ramsey, and it'll be 4th down for Celina.
Yeah, and 2 things on that play. Jaden was double-teamed, and he was still pushing both those guys almost into the quarterback. And then the second thing is that ball was in the air forever, wasn't it? And it wasn't a long pass. It was just kind of floating up there.
So Caden Lowrick, the kicker, is also the punter for the Bobcats. He's back in punt formation, standing back about his own 23. Cade Moore back deep for the Eagles. It's a line drive punt, and Moore's going to have a chance to return this one at the 30. Coming to his right, gets a little bit of a wall set up. He's got some room. 40, cuts it back inside, 45, and there's a flag down, as there usually is on punt returns. But Moore's going to get all the way to the 41-yard line. It was a 34-yard punt and a 28-yard return, but that one's going to come back.
Okay, I hope they're not calling it on that first block right after he caught it.
I think it was a little bit later.
Okay.
We'll get the call here from Mike Ritchie.
During the return, personal foul, blindside block, number 37 on the return team. 15 yards.
Guys should have called a fair catch. Look at that.
Yeah, when you get a personal foul, for sure. So it was a blindside block on Hudson Immaterio for the Eagles, and so that'll back them up to their own 24-yard line with 47 seconds to play here in this first quarter.
Yeah, and if you want to know the definition of blindside block, go on YouTube and Google Sam Sizlove.
Right.
And you'll see why they put that penalty in there.
1st and 10 for the Eagles. Let's see if they can get anything going here on offense, and it's going to be a handoff straight up the middle, and not much there, only a couple of yards. Landon Ferris back in at running back. Clock running with 35 seconds. That means Argyle can probably get off like 10 more plays if they want. Robinson claps his hands together. Play action. He's under pressure quickly and nowhere to go. He is sacked. Wyatt Stevens is back there to sack him back at the 18-yard line. Loss of 8 that time, and somebody just missed a block out there. Couldn't get out there quickly enough.
Yeah, he came off the edge, and you're right. There's nobody that even laid a hand on him, and he just had a straight path to the quarterback.
So Argyle going to let the clock run out here, and we're through quarter number 1 very quickly tonight here at Eagle Stadium. 1 quarter down. It's going to be a good one tonight. Stick with us after 1 at Eagle Stadium. It's Argyle 3, Celina nothing on Argyle Eagle Booster Club Broadcasting.
Lamar National Bank offers checking, savings, money market accounts, and loans to businesses and consumers. Whether you like doing business face-to-face or talking to a real person over the phone, Lamar National Bank is the local bank that can best serve you because their bankers live, work, and play in the markets they serve. Go see Terry King at his Northlake branch or call 972-318-1060 to see that at Lamar National Bank, it's relationship banking at its best. Lamar National Bank, NMLS number 243049, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Hey, Eagle fans, are you tired of all the clutter? Do you have a spare room overflowing with decorations? How about a 2 or 3 car garage that you can't even park in? Well, Argyle Storage is the answer. They offer drive-up and climate-controlled self-storage, along with several storage options for the boat and RV customer as well. They're located on 377, close to home on the north side of Argyle. Check them out online at argylestorageco.com. That's argylestorageco.com.
Back here for the second quarter at Eagle Stadium. It's Argyle 3, Celina nothing. With Mitch Cullen, I'm Kenny Arthur. Clark McNulty on the sidelines. We'll check in with him as quickly as we can. He can't get much. Can't get to him with as quickly as this Argyle offense moves. But third down and 16 here for Argyle from their own 18-yard line. Play action. Robinson looking. Now under duress again. He's going to take off. He's rolling, and now he's just going to throw it away, and that's probably that's behind the line of scrimmage. We're going to see if that. I hadn't seen a flag yet, but it's going to be fourth down now for Argyle, and just no time at all for Robinson to throw.
No, and coach is down there right now of Celina talking to that side judge and saying, hey, where'd that ball go out of bounds? There was a receiver over there, even though he's about 10 yards down the field, but it was a little bit scary when he turned and started heading towards his own end zone there with somebody in pursuit, but he had enough wheels to get out of it.
Another 3 and out for Argyle. Caden Dotson once again back in punt formation. And remember, Caden Dotson can punt with either foot, and yep, he's going to go left-footed this time. And it's going to bounce off the hands of Martle Johnny. I believe that one's Cole, Ty. I'm not sure which one's which. And that should have been there's a flag for the blindside block. 2 flags come in. As one of the same things there for Celina, and a nice return that time for a 20-yard return by Martle Johnny. That was Cole Martle Johnny, but that one's going to come back. 47-yard punt by Caden Dotson. Parker Phillips was the one that kind of got lit up there, but again, that's
he did.
No shame in that. You can't see the blocker, and that's why they put that rule in effect. And we're going to get the call here from the official. Maybe.
During return, blocking the back, number 14. 10 yards, first down.
They only call that a block in the back.
Well, yeah, what is that?
I'm not real sure about that one, but anyway, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is where you listen to Argyle Eagle football.
Hi, we're the AHS Varsity Cheerleaders, and you're listening to the Argyle Eagles Booster Club broadcasting. Go Eagles!
So Celina comes out, first down and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Eagles leading 3-0 over the Celina Bobcats. 2 receivers right. Now Urich will go in motion, and they're going to hand it off to Gayton, and he breaks 1 tackle at the line of scrimmage. And he'll get a couple across the 40 to the 41, a pickup of 3. Jet Copeland comes up to make the stop for Argyle.
Yeah, and he shook that 1 tackle at the line of scrimmage, and, man, Jet Copeland came up and popped him hard to get him on the ground. And Copeland's given up some size to that guy, too, but he came up and really finished the play off good because he was going to get his balance back and get going.
Gayton, a 185-pound junior, and he started the season, got most of the carries in the first or second quarter against Melissa. Then Troy Peterson came in and just had a better game, and that so Coach Elliott left Peterson in there. Here's that full house backfield look. Celina likes to run this one a lot, and they're going to hand it off. And nowhere to go that time on the left side, maybe a couple of yards. Again, Jet Copeland up to make the stop. Once again on the carry, it was Sean Rabe, Fox 4 News. Good, I was hoping so. I told Susie I was going to say that, my wife, and she said nobody was going to get it. And I said, oh yeah, somebody will.
Somebody will. Mitch will, because he's old enough to still watch the news, right?
Right. Third down and 5 for Celina.
Yeah, both teams struggling with the running game right now.
0 for 2 on third down for Celina. 2 receivers left, split backs on either side of Noah Bentley. Bentley's got a little bit of time, though, and he's going to go deep. He's got a man, but it's intercepted. Nice job stepping in front of that one. Cade Moore picks him off. Colin Urich looked like he was open.
Yeah.
And Cade Moore comes over, jumps in front of it, gets the foot down, inbounds at the 31-yard line, and it's Argyle football.
Yeah, and Cade Moore was kind of a little spy there. Nobody saw him, but he was waiting, saw the ball, and he just went right over and high-pointed it and stole it away from Celina. It was a great play. The quarterback didn't see it. The receiver didn't see it. I think we're the only ones that could see it from up here, but it was a fantastic play at a great time.
1st and 10 for the Eagles, traveling from right to left in this second quarter. Red jerseys, white numerals outlined in black, black pants, black helmets with those silver eagle feathers. And in the backfield is middle linebacker Hunter Neely, the 195-pound senior, commit to play at the Air Force Academy next season. 2nd down and 13 after that 3-yard loss. Peyton Shoemake on the carry that time.
Argyle is determined to get that running game going.
2nd down, 13. And now it's Shoemake again. There's a flag. Shoemake's got running room this time. And a nice gain out across the 35, 37-yard line. About a 9-yard gain for Peyton Shoemake.
Let's hope they lined up off sides on that. Nope.
Moving them back. Yep. And haven't gotten the call by the official yet. That time he can't get his mic to work at all, doesn't sound like. But oh, here we go. Oh, now he turned it on. Better turn it back off now.
His mic from outer space.
Here it goes. About to get loud, I think, if he's got it on. No, I thought he still had his mic on. I thought the whistle was about to blow.
Dead ball.
2nd down, 18. Argyle on their own 23, so not only Argyle struggling a little bit offensively, but they've shot themselves in the foot a couple times, and they do it once again. As looked like maybe Dominic Reed, left tackle, might have stepped inside a little bit there.
Yeah,
too soon.
And that's a result of that pressure, right? Because Celina is so quick off the ball that the Argyle guys don't want to get beat, so they're just trying to get that first move in, and that time he's just a little bit too quick.
Timeout for Argyle. We'll take one too. 9:18 to play. Second quarter. Argyle 3, Celina nothing on AEBC Broadcasting. Updating your home is too important to do alone. The Design House of Denton has designers and experts on staff who want to help. Whether it's simply new flooring or having an entire wing of your home remodeled, the Design House has a full spectrum of services for any size idea you have. They care about you and your home both during and after your project. My wife and I know this from personal experience. Now it's time to see for yourself. Go see the friendly staff at their gorgeous showroom located just outside Golden Triangle Mall at 2303 Colorado Boulevard. The Design House of Denton, locally owned and proud members of Argyle Eagle Nation.
Howdy folks, Marty B here. Looking for a place to escape the everyday? Folks, come out to Marty B's and experience the spirit of the Texas Hill Country. Whether you're planning your next event, birthday celebration, or just looking for a place to connect with your friends and family, come out to see us and enjoy amazing food, amazing live music, and amazing service. Check out our website at martybsplace.com and come experience amazing with all of us at Marty B's. Go Eagles!
2nd 23 for Argyle. Here comes another blitz, and he is hit as he throws his Jacob Robinson, but it's complete to Warden McCullum. Got to get away from some defenders on the far right side, and he's got a little bit, but that's one of those when they blitz that heavily, you kind of hope that it opens some things up. But a nice job defensively for the Bobcats to get back and make that tackle, but a pickup of 7 on that pass to McCullum. It's going to leave 3rd down and 16.
Yeah, and the pass was on the side of the blitzer too, so you really hope for a big play there, but Celina did a good job closing. Ward did a good job making the catch and getting some yards.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Robinson rolling to his left, looking. Now he's throwing off his back foot. And again, under a lot of pressure that time, as he has been most of the evening, and that pass is incomplete. Argyle now 1 for 5 on 3rd down, and another punting situation for the Eagles.
I think he had a little bit more time right there. I think he got a little bit antsy because he's used to that pressure coming in, and I think he had a second or two longer to hang in that pocket before he bailed out, and that probably would have helped him.
Well, the problem is there he runs into pressure.
Yes, and that's what he did right there. You're right. but he doesn't want to stand there and get drilled either from behind, and that's what he's afraid of, but you just got to trust your blockers.
So Caden Dotson stands back at his own 10. Uh-oh, and it looks like that's going to be a delay of game, maybe. Let's see what we got. Oh, well, maybe. Let me see. I'm not sure, because usually a delay of game doesn't come from over here on the side. But is it a timeout?
No, I don't think so. Is it?
Yeah. Argyle calls a timeout. Let's take one as well. 8:44 to play. 3-0. Argyle leads. This is where you hear Argyle Eagle football. We're back in just a moment.
Over 65 years and still growing, at Bill Utter Ford, we'll help you find the perfect car, truck, or SUV with our always utterly affordable prices. Bill Utter Ford is a proud supporter of the Argyle Eagles, and together we are flying high over North Texas. Bill Utter Ford, a Denton County tradition for over 65 years. Visit us today or see us online at BillUtterFord.com.
You're gonna like the way we treat you, Bill Utter Ford.
Dotson will kick it left-footed. Nice line drive, and it's bobbled by Zach Vaverka, but he able to count. It bounces right back up to him as there was an Argyle Eagle right there in his face. Parker Phillips brings him down. 37-yard punt, no return by Vaverka. And it'll be Celina football at their own 37-yard line. We never really got a chance to talk about the entire Argyle defense, so we'll do that real quick. The starters, anyway, up front, Ethan Gonzalez, Rylie Van Poppel, and Mykel Madry. The linebackers, Grant Mirabal in the middle, Brock Bunce and Carson Shaw on the outside. The three safeties are Will Ramsey, we talked about that. Jet Copeland, Will Ramsey, and Dak Serrani. And then Jaquan Felton and Cade Moore are the corners. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. And it's going to be a handoff to Sean Rabe. And Rabe on the left side will have a couple of yards where Hudson Immaterio will make the stop. Grant Mirabal also in there. 2nd down and 6. We'll call that a gain of 4.
Let's go back to that kick. Parker Phillips is the kick coverage guy, isn't he?
Tonight for sure.
Yeah.
2nd down and 6 for the Bobcats. 2 receivers left, 1 right, and now Noah Bentley will clap his hands a couple times and check to the sideline. New tight end in there is Kingston Hangardner for the Bobcats. Cunningham's still out there, but he's moved out to a receiver position. Now he comes in tight like a fullback. And here's a handoff. And Sean Rabe runs into the back of his own man. But that was due to some pressure by the Argyle defense. Dak Serrani in there. Grant Mirabal coming up there as well. That's a loss of a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, and they had a kind of a load left set up there, but came the other way. Look how they moved their little golf cart down to the other end. You notice that?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the strategy is there, but knowing Celina, there is one.
Celina's over 3 on 3rd down. Bentley rolling to his left this time. He's under a lot of pressure. He gets the ball away. It's tipped. It's intercepted. 3rd interception of the game for Argyle. This time in Celina territory. Jet Copeland has it. Gets it back to the Celina 35-yard line where the Eagles will take over 1st and 10.
And Celina tried to do a little rolling pocket, rolling to his left, and he stood there and he thought he had a little bit more time and let it go right as the pressure was on him and the ball got tipped. I couldn't see if it was tipped by us or them. And a bunch of traffic over there, but Argyle came down with it.
Knox Goggins is your running back this time. Jacob Robinson still out there at quarterback. Best starting field position for Argyle. Play action. Robinson's going to go deep right side. He's got a man, and it's open. Touchdown, Argyle Eagles. Ward McCullum got behind the cornerback over there. Dean Hamilton, 35-yard touchdown pass. Robinson to Ward McCullum. 6 on the board for the Eagles.
And he dropped that one right in the bucket, too. He had to let it go because the pressure was on him, and he didn't have a half second before he was going to get hit, and he threw it, and Ward just ran right underneath it. Great pass, great catch, great touchdown.
Carter Buxton on to attempt the extra point. Caden Yates, the deep snapper. Colton Rockmore, the holder. Good snap, good hold. Buxton's extra point is good. 7:03 to play, second quarter. It's now Argyle 10, Celina nothing on Argyle Eagle Booster Club Broadcasting.
This year, as the Argyle Eagles build on the continued legacy of success, our Papa John's family is here to help step up your pizza game. Papa John's is your locally owned and operated pizza shop here to complete your game plan for dinner this week. Step up your dinner plans with any one of our specialty pizzas, papadillas, wings, and desserts. This season, get 25% off your order by using the coupon code EAGLES25. Enjoy the game and go Eagles. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Whether it's the heat of the preseason or the heart of the postseason, teams always get a little boost from playing at home. Speaking of boost at home, State Farm can boost your savings when you combine your homeowner's insurance with your auto coverage. So score one for the home team. Talk to State Farm agent Matt Ports about big league savings for combining home and car coverage. Call State Farm agent Matt Ports today at 940-591-6644.
Welcome back. We've got a good one tonight at Eagle Stadium. A defensive battle so far, but Argyle finally breaks through that Celina defense.
Hey, only one team's pitching the shutout right now.
That's right. Caden Dodson to kick off. And it'll go out of the back of the end zone for the touchback. And it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And how about a drive summary there, old Mitchy Poo?
Yeah, so this is a little more Argyle-esque, right, that we're used to. So we have, this is brought to us by Jeff Bassinger and Argyle Storage. One play, 34 yards, 7 seconds. Great throw and catch. Ward McCollum with the touchdown catch, but I'm telling you, Robinson hung in that pocket and delivered a perfect throw right there. Just in time, right? Argyle was struggling, needed to capitalize on the turnover, and that's exactly what they did. When you get a turnover like that, you take a shot to the end zone, right? You try and ride that emotion, and that's exactly what they did.
Full house backfield here for the Bobcats, and the second time we've seen Gayton slip. That's Gabe Gayton, number 11. We've yet to see Troy Peterson. I don't know if he's hurt or not. Clark or Roberts down there somewhere too. If you get a chance for the Celina sideline, see if a number 5 is over there without pads on or anything. He's their leading rusher for the season. I see Will Taylor, who also plays quite a bit. Will Taylor, and I see he's on crutches over there on the far sideline. So holding on the Bobcats as we've lost the officials' mic. So it'll be first down and 20 now for Celina.
Yeah, Argyle with a little bit of emotion right now. They can really do some damage if they can hold Celina to not much and make them kick out of really kind of the shadow of the goalpost.
Urich goes in motion up, and the quarterback and the tailback run into each other on the handoff. So then, of course, absolutely nowhere to go as Michael Madry is in the backfield to make the stop. And another loss.
Yeah, a little less smooth right now for Celina. I don't know, they're probably reeling a little bit. 3 turnovers in the first half, which is a bunch for a game, but in the first half is a huge number.
2 receivers right, 1 left for the Bobcats. Bentley claps his hands together and then looks to the sidelines. Gabe Gayton back out there at running back, standing to Bentley's right. Cunningham, the tight end, is right behind his left tackle. Bentley's going to roll to his right. He's looking. It's going to be another interception. Thought we had another interception, but the ball was thrown out of bounds, and Jamel Felton couldn't get to it as it was too far out of bounds, but it'll be third and a long way here for the Bobcats, third and about 22.
Yeah, Jamel, he was going to jump it, right? I mean, he closed in on it too, but he was throwing that away, right?
I'm assuming,
that wasn't just that bad a pass. He went out of bounds. He was throwing it away. But he almost didn't throw it enough away right there. Because I'm like you. I saw him break on it, and I thought this might even be a pick 6 if he catches it.
Third down and 22. Bentley looks to his right, now throws a little screen pass out to his left, and that's not going to work. Jet Copeland stays home, sniffs that one out, and another loss all the way back to the 11-yard line And it'll be a punt formation for the Bobcats. And we haven't talked to Clark. We got to go down to Clark.
Yeah. Clark, do we block this right now,
Clark,
or are you going to let him kick it?
You
Where
down
you
there
want?
somewhere, Clark McNulty?
Oh, yeah, I'm down here. No, we let him kick it.
We are?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Chippewa lineman.
Oh, yeah. I got a cool super fan Clyde story for you, too.
It's like Willard Scott down there.
There's a lot of people that don't know who that is either.
He just died. Rest in peace.
Thanks.
Snap back to
Oh,
Lowrick,
wow.
and a great punt by Caden Lowrick. And Cade Moore lets that one go, and it takes a little bit of an Argyle bounce, and now a little bit of a Celina bounce. Ends up being a 44-yard punt. No return, so Argyle will have it at their own 46-yard line, and we'll let old Mitchy Poo tell us here who is bringing us our second quarter
Yeah, let's
tonight.
do that. Our second quarter sponsors tonight are State Farm agent Matt Ports, Brian Conister with Cardinal Financial, Synergy One Lending, Independent Bank, Dr. David Dyer of Argyle Orthodontics, Orthopedic Associates, Daryl Halk and Chris Martin of ERA Cornerstone, and Kenny Arthur of Chick-fil-A on 407, and it was delicious tonight. Kenny, thank you for bringing that. Well,
my pleasure, sir. Handoff, Landon Ferris straight up the gut. Got some running room. Gets into the secondary, runs over Zach Vaverka for a couple of more yards, a 13-yard pickup. Longest run of the game so far for Argyle. It's Landon Ferris, and it's a first down.
Yeah, and I don't even think he saw that Baverka dude, did he? He looked like he was looking down and ran right into him.
It's Ferris again. Same play, and again he's got running room. Again runs over Vaverka. And again picks up, this time 14 to the 26 of Celina, and somewhere the running game has come alive.
Yeah, and Vaverka, he didn't wrap up.
No.
Right? He was just going to throw the shoulder into him, and that didn't work.
Actually leads the team in tackles, does Zach Vaverka. Here's the quick hitter out to Hayden Stewart. He slips the tackle at the 25, and then he's going to be upended at the 15-yard line, but that's another first down, an 11-yard gain for Cole Martle-Johnny. Brings him down, and Eagles marching down the field, 1st and 10 from the 15. Two receivers to either side for Argyle. No tight end out there now for Argyle. It's Ferris straight up the middle. Huge hole. 5. Runs over a man. Dives for the end zone. He's just short. They're going to mark him down at the half-yard line for Landon Ferris. For Argyle, there comes PAT team's already coming out on the field.
Boy, you could tell he saw the end zone, right? Did you see him accelerate once he looked down there?
And it's going to be Ferris again, and he is in the end zone. Right side behind Dominic Reed. Nick Rubian with the pancake block. Ice cream sandwiches for all the linemen. Our rushing touchdown. 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
Yeah, boy, what domination on that series right there. You had one passing play, all the rest running plays. And man, where was that big defensive line that we saw in the first quarter? It just was not there, that drive.
Carter Buxton for the extra point. Good snap. Hold us down. Buxton's extra point is wide right.
Oh.
No good. 4:10 to play, second quarter. It's now Argyle 16, Celina nothing. This is where you hear Eagle football, brought to you by the Argyle Eagle Booster Club.
This is Dr. Mykel Pace. There's a reason why so many dentists in our area refer their patients to Northern Texas Facial and Oral Surgery for implant or wisdom tooth care, and that's trust. As your oral surgeons, we work closely with other dental professionals to create a dental healthcare team to make sure patients get the right treatment in just the right way. That's what dentists in our area have come to expect from Northern Texas Facial and Oral Surgery, and it's what patients can depend on. See us online at ntfos.com or call us at 972-371-0125.
Hey there, Brian Knatzer here of the Brian Knatzer team, powered by Cardinal Financial. Did you know that long-term fixed rates are still near their 50-year lows? Don't miss out. They won't last long. Reach out to me and my team today for a free mortgage consult. Whether you're looking to purchase a home or refinance a home, let the Brian Knatzer team be your guide. You can apply online at thebrianknatzerteam.com or give us a call at 972-777-LOAN. Again, that number is 972-777-5626.
Robbie Strebbing and Cole Urich back deep for the Bobcats. Caden Dodson's kickoff is high. And it's going to hit right at the top of the E in the red Argyle end zone. Argyle leading 16-0. How about a little drive summary, Mitchy Poo?
Drive summary brought to you by Ty and Jennifer Homeyer of the Design House, and what a great one to sponsor. 5 plays, 54 yards. Every play but that touchdown was a first down. 1:02 off the clock with the 1-yard plunge by Landon Ferris, who had the lion's share of that 54 yards on that last drive. And like I said, where was that defensive line? I guess they were getting pushed back. They were just gassed. Argyle O-line starting to take control.
Play action here for Celina. Bentley throws, and it is complete. Nice pass that time by Noah Bentley. He hung in there and got some great protection. It's going to be a pickup 11. That pass complete to Brower Nickel. First down of this second quarter for the Bobcats, and Jaden Scarlett for Argyle comes off. He's kind of holding his left arm a little bit, so Will Clark or somebody can get a look at that and find out about Jaden. Snap back to Noah. Play action again. He's still got lots of time, does Bentley, and now he's going to be hit. Devin Owen is going to wrap him up, and Bentley is going to drag everybody forward for about a yard, so not a sack, but Devin Owen is back in there this week after being out last week.
Yeah, and that's a coverage sack, even though it's not a sack, right? He had plenty of time to throw the ball, but there was nobody open in the secondary, doing a great job covering those Celina receivers on that play.
Second down and 9, Bobcats from their own 37. Bentley will do the check with me and look to the sideline.
Don't you hate that?
I do.
The check with the prairie dog, some of them call it the prairie dog.
Second down and 9. Bentley's going to hand off his time to Gabe Gayton. He's going to cut it inside, and where big Mykel Madry is going to wrap him up. Maybe a gain of a yard that time for Gabe Gayton. 4th tackle of the night for Mykel Madry. And it'll be third. Speaking of guys that are about to start getting recruited very heavily, I'd say number 99.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
And he made a great play there. Forced Celina to just kind of weaving around in there, nowhere to go, trying to sneak here and there, and then Madry just knocked him to the ground.
Third down and 8. Celina's 0 for 5 on third down. Bentley's got some time, though, and he finds a receiver, and he is hammered as he catches the football, but he hangs on, and it is a first down. Cade Moore lights up the receiver, Jack Brown, but a nice job by Brown to hang on to the football on a Celina first down.
Yeah, great form tackle right there, right? Put your helmet right in the middle of his chest and drive him to the ground. That's exactly what he did. If we could have done it 2 seconds earlier, would have kept him from getting that first down.
Hey, Clark, I just want to check with you real quick. It seems like both offensive lines have kind of figured some things out as Bentley's had a little time this drive as well.
Yes, he has, and I think on the Argyle side anyway, when we got our ground game going, they made the adjustment for the passing game and opened up our ground game. Kind of the same deal here.
First and 10 for the Bobcats. Play action once again. Again, Bentley's got some time. He's going to throw too tall on the far sideline over the left side. Again, intended for Jack Brown, Jet Copeland, and Cade Moore both on the coverage, and that one's incomplete. Second and 10.
Yeah, Madry got there just a half second late and then had something to say to their either O-line or their QB. I'm not really sure what it was.
So Madry will get a breather. So now the front three are Ethan Gonzalez, Rylie Van Poppel, and Hunter Sandifer. 6th play of this drive for Celina. It's their longest drive of the night so far. Second down and 10 for the Bobcats. So they're at their own 47-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Fake to the running back. Bentley's going to throw. He's got some time, and now he is out of time, and he will go down. Rylie Van Poppel right at the line of scrimmage as Bentley's strong, and he's able to get back to that line of scrimmage, but it'll be third down and 10 for the Bobcats.
Yeah, he's a little gimpy right there getting up, but again, that's a coverage sack. He had nowhere to throw it. He had plenty of time, nowhere to throw, and then you just don't have all day, and then all the linemen together just kind of closed in on him with Rylie making that final play to get him on the ground, but great job by the secondary.
Third down and 10 for Celina. Moving from left to right here. Late second quarter, 1:12 to play. Argyle leading 16-0. Third down and 10. Play action once again by Bentley. He's got some time. There's some holding, not called. And the pass is complete. Oh, incomplete. Knocked away. Great defensive play by Jaquan Felton. As I thought Brady Cunningham had that one right in the breadbasket. And nice job by Felton to knock it away. And another fourth down for the Bobcats.
And he did have it in the breadbasket, but But Felton came in there and just punched it out right as he caught it. If he'd high-pointed the ball right, that's what they always tell you, and he didn't. He just let it come into his chest, and that's when he got knocked out. And Argyle, great drive stopper right there. Fake punt.
Well, with 1:02, you might consider a fake punt, but they're not going to. Caden Lowrick going to try to pin them back deep, and that ball is going to hit at the 10, and Cade Moore just gets away from it. It's going to take a nice little Celina roll. 48-yard punt down at the 5-yard line by the Bobcats with 51 seconds to play here in our second quarter. And so Argyle will have to go 95 yards if they want to try to score one more time. Hey, hiring a contractor is about trust, and why not go with the company with a 40-year history of doing the job the right way? NWC General Construction is GAF certified, and they do it all when it comes to home construction, and they do it at a fair price. Visit nwcgeneralconstruction.com to get the job done right. 1st and 10 from the 5-yard line for Argyle, traveling from right to left.
We don't have to go 95. We just have to go 51 seconds.
There you go.
Or 95.
We could go 95 on one play.
Uh-oh.
Nice running room straight up the middle. And trying to cut it out to the right all the way out to the 34-yard line is Dax Rainey. 28-yard run there for Dax Rainey and a first down.
Yeah, and Argyle is starting to find those gaps now that the Celina defense is just given to us.
Somebody had to move too quickly. Yeah, we're going to get a procedure penalty here against Argyle, trying to move too quickly. So we're not sure who that was on specifically. But, Argyle had to use a couple of timeouts in that first quarter. So only one timeout remaining for Argyle here with still 72 yards to go here with 39 seconds to play. You are with the wind, though. A slight breeze. Clark, what's the wind like down there?
Straight out of the south. It is it's not really enough to I wouldn't want to kick into it. How's that?
The flags aren't even moving.
Yeah, no, barely.
Clark, is it blowing your hair down there? Is it blowing that hard?
It's blowing my hair back pretty good.
Okay.
I mean,
Your one hair?
Both
three.
of them?
Yeah,
Yep.
And there was a 10-second runoff on that. Argyle could use a timeout or 10-second runoff, and they take the runoff. So 29 seconds now left. First down and 15. 3 receivers left, 1 right for Argyle. Play action. Robinson is going to hit his receiver, Ward McCullum, who will get out of bounds. Whoa, the line judge says keep the clock running.
Why?
Well, whoever's running the clock up here, the official, it's not a homer, by the way. It's an actual official, so he stopped the clock. He knew that he stopped the clock on that, even though the head linesman over there was winding his arm.
We don't have homers anyway, do we?
Robinson goes over the middle this time to Rylie Page, who's trying to fight away from the would-be tackler, and he gets all the way to the midfield stripe. First catch of the game for Rylie Page. Clock stops to move the chains, but they'll start back quickly again. Oh, now we're waiting on one of the Argyle linemen. He's kind of hanging out over here with the receivers. He's wanting to catch a pass. What are you doing there, Jason Crowder? We need you to snap the ball. Handoff, Dax Rainey, big running room. Right side, he's going to get past Viverka and run out of bounds.
1 second.
With 1 second at the 41-yard line. I think that might be a little bit too far. It'd be a 58-yard field goal attempt. And
try it.
If Andy Smith was here right now, he'd say we need a drop kick.
Yeah, because they wouldn't be expecting it, right?
That's right. And Argyle's going to take a timeout.
Let's talk about it.
With 1 second left here in the half. Let's talk about what's coming up on your halftime show here. The Lori Jacobson of the Legacy Group halftime show. Player spotlight with senior safety Will Ramsey, and it's a good one, so you'll want to stay tuned in for that. The Argyle ISD Eagle update with Rick Herron and Pamela Arrington. Out of town scoreboard with one of the best names around here, Stephen Bartolotta. Stats and sounds from the first half, and the Rapid Med Urgent Care keys to the second half, all coming up on the Lori Jacobson of the Legacy Group halftime show here in 1 second in dog years. Second down and a yard here for Argyle, but that doesn't really matter.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to line up for the field goal, and then I'm going to shift out of it. I'm going to go ahead and put Robinson as the holder, and then shift out of it and chunk it deep. See if you can catch him looking for a field goal.
And Argyle will just come out in a normal formation. So, Mitch, your idea.
Yeah.
The coaches are right here. You could have yelled it through the glass right here if you'd have
we're either going to Hail Mary or take a knee.
3 receivers left, one
take
right.
a knee.
Yeah,
take a knee.
Take a knee now.
No.
Nope, snap was low, so they're still going to Hail Mary
duck.
it. And it's going to be short.
Oh,
but
he caught it.
It's caught by Jamel Felton. That's Jaquan Felton. But he'll get wrestled down by Jamison Driver at the 15-yard line. So pads the stats a little bit on a nice pass from Jacob Robinson to Jaquan Felton. But that'll do it for the first half here at Eagle Stadium. Our score at halftime, we'll see if what Coach Rogers thinks about the first half here.
All right, I'm here with Coach Todd Rogers. Coach, really hard-fought first half. How do you feel about your team's performance?
I think the first half was probably, I could have predicted it on Sunday when we were game planning. So I think our team's playing good. Are they playing the best they can play? No, we're going to make some adjustments, and we'll be ready to go for the second half.
And what do you see as the keys to the second half?
I think we just got to keep we were able to run the ball there in the second quarter. That's pivotal for our success, to be able to run the ball. But the offense is figuring it out, and the defense has been playing pretty good.
All right, go get your 9th consecutive Lone Star Cup, sir.
All right, head coach Todd Rogers of the Argyle Eagles. Thanks to NWC General Construction for that halftime chat with Coach Rogers, and he is walking out to midfield where Argyle will be presented with the Lone Star Cup. And we will carry that here during the Lori Jacobson of the Legacy Group halftime show, where Argyle leads Celina 16-0 on Argyle Eagle Booster Club Broadcasting.
Congratulate and honor Argyle High School for its state record 9th consecutive and 11th overall UIL Lone Star Cup victory. With Class 4A state championships in football, marching band, boys basketball, girls and boys golf, and state runners-up in academics and spirit, Argyle earned 148 total UIL Lone Star Cup points for the 2020-2021 school year and has been named the 2021 UIL Lone Star Cup champion for Conference 4A. The 148 points marked the highest point total in school history and was the highest point total in any classification in the state last year. The administrators, coaches, sponsors, students, and parents who represent Argyle High School are extremely proud of this accomplishment. Congratulations on a fantastic year of success for the Eagles. The UIL Lone Star Cup is awarded annually to the most successful schools in each of the state's 6 classifications. The award is based on team performances in district and state championships in academics, fine arts, and athletics. On hand tonight, special guests from the UIL, the Director of Academics, Dr. David Stevens, along with James Creaser and Travis Sweet of Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. They will now present the UIL Lone Star Cup Trophy to Argyle Superintendent Dr. Celina Wright, Deputy Superintendent Chris Daniel, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Dina Stieber, the Chief Financial Officer Liz Stewart, Argyle High School Principal John King, the Athletic Director of Argyle ISD Todd Rogers, Assistant Athletic Director Chance Westmoreland, the Band Director Jason Bird, and UIL Academic Coordinator Jessica Reynolds. Also joining our administrators on the field are the Argyle ISD Board of Trustees. Welcome President Sam Slayton, Vice President Dr. John Bitter, Secretary Craig Hawksworth, and Trustees Dr. Leona McDade, Brad Lowry, Richie Deffenbaugh, and Jeff Williams. Special guests on hand tonight, State Representative Tan Parker, District Director Suzanne Woodard on behalf of State Representative Lynn Stuckey, Argyle Mayor Brian Livingston, Argyle Town Administrator Rich Olson, and Flower Mound Mayor Derek France. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2021 Conference Class 4A UIL Lone Star Cup champions, the Eagles of Argyle High School.
And that was the Lone Star Cup presentation here from Argyle High School. We are at halftime here at Eagle Stadium. Argyle leading Celina 16-0, and here on the other side we're going to begin.
Introducing it.
Not going to have that. We're going to begin our halftime show, and after a quick break, we're going to hear from our player spotlight guest this week, Will Ramsey, all inside the Lori Jacobson and North Texas Team Real Estate halftime show. Stay with us.
407 Barbecue is a proud supporter of the Argyle Eagles. Named the very best barbecue in all of DFW several times over, 407 Barbecue offers an array of award-winning smoked meats, including mouth-watering brisket and rib. If you're brave enough, try to tackle on your own Spudzilla. No plate is complete without one of their world-famous sides either. And don't get out the door until you round out your trip with a bowl of Grandma's banana pudding. 407 Barbecue is family-owned and operated by your neighbors right here in Argyle. See their menu and catering options online at 407bbq.com or see for yourself at I-35W exit 407. 407 Barbecue.
Argyle, Texas, home of Eagle Realty, built by a team of agents dedicated to finding you the perfect home. We live here, work here, and love our small town community. We have amazing homes and beautiful ranches, offering residents that unique lifestyle everyone is searching for. Come see us or give us a call at 940-222-2188. We are big enough to serve you, but small enough to know you. Eagle Realty.
(16-0) is your score at the half. Argyle on top of Celina. Special thanks to Lori Jacobson and the North Texas Real Estate Team, powered by Compass, for this halftime show. And we'll quickly get to this week's player spotlight as I spoke with Argyle senior safety Will Ramsey this week inside of our player spotlight. All right, it is time now for the player spotlight segment, and this is brought to you by Jolette Ryan and the North Texas Team Real Estate. And I'm seated with senior safety Will Ramsey. Hi, Will. How are you?
I'm good, Blake. How are you doing?
Great. How's school?
It's good. Taking some tough classes this year, trying to get some college credit. But, yeah, it's good having two senior ends and an out.
Well, do you have any college plans as of now?
Right now I'm looking at a few smaller schools to play football up north and in Colorado. But wherever that takes me, yeah.
Kind of just depends on how recruiting goes?
Mm-hmm. Kind of depends on what I kind of see myself doing and if I want to go that far.
Yeah. What's going to be your major? Like, do you know what you want to do yet?
Yeah, I want to do something that'll take me to med school, but that's not really a set major. So it's definitely a science, though, with maybe a little business in there.
You were named a captain this year.
Yes, sir. It's an honor knowing that my teammates believe in me, leading their team, and I'm just trying to do my best.
I mean, how personally do you take it? Like, do you just view it as, oh, cool, it's an honor, I'm a senior, or whatever? Or do you actually think, like, man, I've got 90 kids that look up to me?
Yeah, I mean, we got 90 kids, and they're all ballers. Our whole roster is stacked with kids that have leadership ability, and, being one of the three it's the biggest honor I've ever been a part of. So, yeah, it's great.
Do you like coming up in the box, or do you like staying back in coverage more?
Well, I've gotten used to the last few years of playing the running back mostly downhill. But this year, Coach Lundy has different plans for me, and it's taken a little bit to get used to that. But I'm starting to like playing deeper a little bit this year.
So coming around on it.
Yeah, I'm coming around. It's still kind of new to me.
Your instinct is to get in there.
Yo, for sure. For sure, that is my instinct.
But I guess the cool thing is if you are back in coverage, that doesn't take you out of the play. It just, if you see a run, now you get to run even faster to
right.
somebody.
Yeah, and more opportunities to get interceptions.
Absolutely. Yeah, and those are fun too.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need a big dude from Celina coming to block you, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of, it is Celina week. Do things kind of intensify around here a little bit more Celina week?
Oh, absolutely. The hatred for Celina it's prominent.
It's
even if we've won the last 9 out of 10 games with them, it's still.
Because the idea, it's got to be in the back of your head of just like, you just really don't want to lose because you don't want them to just have that on you, right?
Oh, yeah,
so
for sure.
Losing is not an option.
It's not an option against Celina.
So I found out last week that the offense gets ice cream sandwiches for rushing touchdowns. Does the defense do anything similar? And if not, why not? You guys need something.
I mean, all we need is to to hit someone. That's our reward.
Okay. I was going to say, like, maybe after every sack or fumble, you get chicken sandwich or something. I don't know.
Well, Coach Lundy has promised that if we have a shutout, he'll buy us donuts the Saturday for film.
Okay.
So that's one incentive.
Yeah, it's a pretty big incentive. And you don't need to go easy. You need to hammer those donuts, make them.
Oh, yeah. You need to put a hole in his wallet.
Who's got the aux in the locker room?
Usually Nash Kruger. Play some good tunes.
I heard C.J. Rogers had it last year, and that was not met with a majority approval.
No, yeah. Nash is way better.
What if you had it?
If I had it, are you familiar with what a rave is? A lot of electronic music, a lot of beats.
Seen some videos, yeah.
There would be probably a few raves in the locker room if I had the aux.
Maybe that would be good for after a game, or maybe pregame.
Yeah. But I haven't tested it yet. Maybe you'll get me on the aux.
Just 1 week. We need to see what happens.
I'm good with that.
So is that what's on your pregame playlist? Is that what gets you hyped up before games?
Yeah, I'll listen to some EDM music on the bus, and then I'll get the hard stuff 30 minutes before.
Okay, give me like a favorite artist.
Favorite artist?
Like if I'm not the biggest EDM person, but maybe I want to try it for Will Ramsey's sake.
Yeah.
Who should I listen to?
Number one is probably Louis the Child. He's
all right.
Great band and Big Gigantic. They're also another one. But I have actually got the team. We're going to an EDM concert at San Holo. He's playing November 13th.
All right. Where at?
It's in Dallas. I think Dos Equis.
Okay.
Oh, no. It's not Dos Equis. It's in a ballroom, so it'll be small.
Oh, Southside Ballroom.
Southside Ballroom.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, no, it'll be fun. There's a bunch of lights that'll be flashing, electronic music. All
right, I'm going to ask you a question, and it's something of like your generation that I've noticed, and it's that you guys will wear like long sleeve shirts and hoodies like in the summertime. And I don't know if anyone else does that, but I've noticed like high schoolers now will do that. First, have you noticed it? And second, why? Why not? Why would you do that to yourself?
Well, I was talking to one of my friends. He's new on the team, Devin. I've noticed it with him, and he has really good style. I like his style, and I was talking to him. I was like, so. Are you ready for the cold? And then he was like, yeah, I'll actually get to wear what I want to wear. So, I guess his style, the new style that's coming in, which I'm not really big on the new style, but I guess it's the long sleeves, the winter style. So I really couldn't tell you, but that's just what I've heard.
Are you breaking like a fashion trend? Is like long sleeves about to be the new thing?
I guess so. I'll break it to you now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Buy stock and long sleeve shirts, I guess.
Yep.
Do you have a nickname?
I had a nickname. I don't know if you remember Jake Sullivan.
I do.
Yeah, he gave me the nickname Squiljum whenever I was a sophomore, and that stuck through last year.
Squiljum.
I know it's a little weird. I don't know how it happened. I'm guessing it's like a mixture of Squilliam Fancy Son with the letter J.
See, I don't mind weird nicknames. I just want to know how they came up with them.
Well, Jake, he would do this weird thing with his voice, and he would add a lot of J's to his words, and Squiljum. It was just one of the names that leaked out of his mouth, and it stuck.
Okay.
So Tito and Cole and CJ, all of them would call me Squiljum, but no one does this year.
Would you like him to? Like, is it okay if we called you Squiljum on the broadcast?
Of course.
Okay. All right, yeah. Hit stick there by Squiljum, fumble Celina, and Ramsey picks it up, of course. All right. Okay, I'm going to ask this question to you, and it's kind of a vague question, but I just want to know like what your unique talent is. So what is your bit? What are you known for on the team?
Well, I would say what I'm known for is my knowledge of the Star Wars universe.
Impressive. You're the Star Wars guy.
I'm the Star Wars nerd on the team for sure.
Okay, that explains why you like an artist.
San Holo.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you'd catch that. Yeah. So I actually found him just because I liked his name, and then I eventually started to listen to his music, and I love it. It's just my stuff.
So were you just searching artists with like names of Star Wars characters and you found him?
Well, no, I was listening to some EDM music, and there were some related, and San Holo was there, and I'm just like, San Holo, this is perfect. EDM, Star Wars. What more could I want?
That is your entire world wrapped up in one.
Exactly.
That's fantastic. Well, have you liked the new movies?
The new movies? I mean, I definitely classify them as Star Wars, and I respect them, but I don't know. They're growing on me. I've watched them a few times recently, but they're not like the old stuff.
Yeah, not like the OG. All right, favorite character?
Favorite character? Shoot. So there's a Sith Lord before Palpatine. His name's Darth Plagueis. I like that character. He's my favorite.
What if we called you that guy on the broadcast?
Darth Plagueis?
Yeah, Darth Plagueis in the secondary. That'd be cool.
That would be cool. A lot of people call me Darth Will. I just posted an Instagram picture, and it was in front of the Talons green screen, and Sheridan Wilson, he edited it. So I have a little hoodie on, and I'm choking the camera, and I have two of the Jet and Brock Bunts are my two stormtroopers behind me. So Darth Will, that's another nickname.
I think Darth Will takes it. That's very cool. I'm not a Star Wars guy, but that's a really cool nickname.
Yeah, I agree.
Very good. Okay, what is your favorite Coach Rogers saying?
Favorite Coach Rogers saying?
I'm sure you've heard a ton of them.
Oh yeah, whenever I was brought up on the team my freshman year, he was pretty relentless, but now I look at it and it's hilarious. He would call me all sorts of things pertaining to the word child. So he would call me like a little adolescent, prepubescent, 13-year-old. The list goes on, but I think it's hilarious now. And I've heard a couple young guys get called that by him, and I'm just like, oh, the good old days.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that one yet. It's kind of meant to be mockery, but it's just too funny to, like, why are you calling me?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm 15.
Right. Yeah, get it right. That's really good. Okay, one last question for you, then I'll let you go.
All right.
IHOP or Waffle House?
You can't beat the environment at Waffle House.
You can't.
I mean, I'll just go in there and
hang out.
Just people watch. But I do like the food at IHOP.
It is great, but you got to pick.
I'd go over environment over food.
Well, you're going Waffle House.
Going to Waffle House.
Nice. It's just, I don't know, it puts a smile on my face.
Oh, for sure.
You get to see some people that kind of surprise you. You get to watch your food being made, and then you get to have some big old waffle with some peanut butter chips and syrup. It's great.
Heck yeah, with a couple laughs in there.
Heck yeah. Well, it was great to meet you, Darth Will. Excuse me. Yeah, I'll check out your boy. One more time.
San Holo.
San Holo. It's just flipping. It's Han Solo.
It's Han Solo. It's
San
just the
Holo.
letters
Okay,
flipped.
Gotcha. Awesome. Well, best of luck this year. Best of luck on your journey to win another state ring and go beat Celina.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Will Ramsey, our player spotlight guest, and they are on their way to defeating Celina tonight as Argyle leads the Bobcats at the half 16-0 here at Eagle Stadium. This is the halftime show brought to you by Lori Jacobson and the Legacy Group, powered by Compass. And moving forward, let's get a move on to the Eagle Update, the Argyle ISD Eagle Update. And this is brought to you by Rick Heron and Pamela Arrington.
Hi, Eagle fans. This is Rick Heron, Argyle ISD's Director of Communications, back again with the latest Eagle Update, keeping you connected to all things happening here in Argyle ISD. Well, the UIL Lone Star Cup is coming back to Argyle High School. Yes, on Friday night, Argyle High School will be officially presented with its 11th UIL Lone Star Cup award. Now, this celebration is pretty familiar here at Argyle, as the Eagles have won 11 Lone Star Cups and is second only in the state to Highland Park with 12. But no school in the state has won 9 consecutive like the Eagles have. The Lone Star Cup Award honors the best of the best in academic, fine arts, and athletic competitions during the school year. On hand Friday night to celebrate the event will be officials from the UIL, state and local representatives, and school officials. This will be another great moment to celebrate the successes of our Eagles, which produced a school record 148 points last year and was the most points by any school in any classification. Next week, get ready, Eagle grandparents. One of the biggest events of last year is coming back this year. It's the Grandparents' Day Parade. Argyle West is hosting their grandparent drive-thru on Friday, September 10th, starting at 8 a.m. Now be sure to check out the Argyle West website for specific times for each grade level. Hilltop Elementary will be hosting their parades next week, September 14, 15, 16, and 17. Also check the Hilltop campus website for grades and times, as they are broken up by grade level. Argyle Intermediate will host its parade for the 5th grade on September 13th, starting at 8 a.m. Again, these are great events and awesome engagement opportunities for our families. These events were a big hit last year when campuses were closed to visitors, and now they have become Eagle traditions. This week, the Argyle ISD Board of Trustees held a special meeting that included one agenda item that impacted all Eagle staff. Trustees approved 8 days of COVID-19 leave for Argyle ISD employees who test positive for the virus. These days are added to their current allotment of 5 local sick days each employee receives at the start of their contract. The Argyle ISD administration made the recommendation to assist employees with additional days if they test positive. These additional days are also retroactive to the start of the employee's contract for the 2021-2022 school year. Argyle ISD Superintendent Dr. Celina Wright said she was so grateful to the trustees for supporting employees by providing these additional days. Here are a few quick notes from across the district before we wrap up. Argyle High School 2022 yearbooks are now on sale. You can visit balfour.com to purchase one online, and remember the early bird pricing of $70. That's $70 early bird pricing. It expires on September 15th. Well, this weekend the Argyle High School Band is hosting a fundraiser on September 11th at the Chipotle on 377 in Roanoke between 5 and 9 p.m. So stop in, grab some Chipotle, and support the Eagle Band Saturday, September 11th in Roanoke from 5 to 9 p.m. Well, that's it for this week's Eagle Update. I will now send it over to Pam Arrington, Argyle ISD's Director of Marketing.
Hello, Argyle. This is Pamela Arrington bringing you updates from around the district and our surrounding communities. Argyle Intermediate School is holding a readathon this year. Readathons get your reader excited about reading, and it gives friends and family the opportunity to encourage your child to read even more. The Argyle Intermediate School Readathon will kick off on Monday, September the 13th. They are also hosting a curriculum night, and that will be held on Tuesday, September the 14th. Argyle High School is hosting an open house on Monday, September the 20th from 6 to 7 p.m. If you are a parent of a high school student, make sure you plan to attend. You can come check out the beautiful building and meet your students' teachers. Cross Timbers Rotary is hosting their 4th annual Rhythms at the Riverwalk event on September the 18th. You can adopt a duck to participate in the duck race. They will have over 25,000 rubber duckies racing to the finish line. If you'd like more information about this event, you can visit them online at rhythmsattheriverwalk.com. You can also visit them on Facebook at Cross Timbers Rotary Club. Argyle, I want to take a moment to congratulate Argyle High School and everyone involved in the receiving of the 11th UIL Lone Star Cup. I'm here with Dr. Celina Wright to talk to her a little bit about what the Lone Star Cup means to her and what it means to our district. Dr. Wright, thank you so much for being with us today to talk to us about the Lone Star Cup and what it means to you. So tell us exactly what the Lone Star Cup represents.
The Lone Star Cup is the cumulative total of points that a school acquires in fine arts, in academics, and in team and individual sports during a school year. Each year, a Lone Star Cup is given in each classification, 1A through 6A.
So tell us, how does it feel to be receiving and seeing Argyle High School receive their 11th Lone Star Cup?
I am proud beyond measure, Pam. This is a testimony to the talented students that we have, the supportive parents and supportive board, and our dedicated staff.
Absolutely, and we know how hard everyone works together to ensure that all of our students have success all across the board, whether that's through academics, fine arts, or athletics. So we're excited to be seeing the Lone Star Cup presented here at Argyle High School for the 11th time. Dr. Wright, tell us a little bit about how you're feeling about the event tonight and participating in the receiving of this Lone Star Cup for the 11th time for Argyle High School.
I am proud and humbled at the very same time. This is such a tremendous accomplishment for our students, their parents, our board, and our staff.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much again, Dr. Wright, for being here with us tonight. It's a very exciting event. I'll be cheering on our Eagles from the stands. I hope everyone has a great weekend, and go Eagles!
And that is the Eagle update for this week. Argyle leads Celina 16-0 at the half. Coming up after the break, we get an out-of-town scoreboard, and Kenny will give you the stats and sounds from the first half. This is Eagle football.
NWC General Construction. It's about trust. When you hire a contractor, especially after a hailstorm, you'd better hire one who you can trust. NWC General Construction is that company. We've got a 40-year history. NWC is a GAF Master Elite roofing contractor and a member of GAF's exclusive President's Club. We do roofing, gutters, painting, siding, windows, fencing, and more at a fair price. Please visit our website at nwcgeneralconstruction.com or call us at 214-989-ROOF.
Are you living with pain from workouts, sports injuries, or just plain hard work? Cryo and Recovery is the cryotherapy and IV infusion studio lounge that brings fast relief from pain and sore muscles. Our popular Class 4 laser therapy and IV infusions are highly effective. You recover faster with less inflammation. Schedule your appointment today at ucrio-usa.com or call 940-218-4016.
$16-0 is your score at the half. Argyle over Celina in the second home game of 2021 for the Argyle Eagles. Eagles got up to a bit of a slow start on offense, but Eagles offense kind of woke up there in the second quarter. As before we get to the first half stats and sounds with Kenny Arthur, let's take a trip around the Metroplex. Our own Stephen Bartolotta is standing by, and Stephen's got some out-of-town scores, some 4A games, some local games, and all the games in between. And let's check in with Stephen Bartolotta now for our out-of-town scoreboard.
Thank you, Blake. Well, another big night in Texas high school football this week. Let's get you caught up on some of the scores. Anna is on the road at Van Alstyne, and they lead at 20-7. That game is in the second quarter. Waco La Vega taking on Austin LBJ, and Pirates' high-powered offense hasn't been able to do much. Neither team has. It's 0-0 as that game approaches halftime in Austin. China Springs cruising over Brownwood. It's 29-0. That game is at the half. Paris on the road at Pleasant Grove, and it's 7-3. Pleasant Grove with the lead in the second quarter. Terrell and Waco University knotted up at 21. That game is in the second quarter. A couple of local scores to tell you about. The Denton Broncos on the road against the Colony Cougars, and the Colony leads at 24-10. That game is at the half. And the Ryan Raiders trying to recover from that upset loss, if you call it an upset, to Geyer last week. It had a bit of a dogfight with Frisco Reedy. It's 14-10. The Raiders lead it. That game is in the second quarter. And some finals from yesterday involving Denton schools. Braswell was a winner over Saxe, 38-28. And Geyer, fresh off the win over Ryan, rolls over Lake Ridge out of Mansfield, 37-6. And at the half, South Lake Carroll on top of Prosper, 17-0. Not even the appearance of Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott on the sidelines has made a difference for Prosper. 3 punts, 3 turnovers, and the third-ranked team in the state, Carroll, is on top, 17-0. Blake.
Thank you, Stephen. Let's just hope Dak doesn't get hurt in that game. He played fantastic last night. I think Kenny and Mitch, you guys were watching. Awesome game, and thank you to Stephen Bartolotta for that out-of-town scoreboard and for the first half stats and sounds. Let me hand it to tonight's play-by-play voice, Kenny Arthur.
Thank you so much, Blake. It was a great first half, as Blake mentioned a little earlier. Argyle got to a little bit of a slow start, especially offensively. And Argyle's first possession, they went 13 plays, but only 78 yards. Very resilient, able to get down and get a field goal from Carter Buxton, 28-yard field goal there on that first possession, made it 3-0 Argyle. Celina gets the football, and they had a decent drive as well, went 8 plays, but then that one was finally stuffed on a third down, and Celina had to do an interception on that one as well. 3rd down and 14. Noah Bentley was intercepted by Jamel Felton. Argyle had to punt the football on a 3-and-out. Celina as well, and then Argyle had to punt again, so it was a very strong defensive battle for the first several possessions. In fact, one Argyle possession went -6 yards. And then Celina got the football back. Argyle still leading 3-0, and Noah Bentley had his second pass intercepted. 0-2 on third down for Celina. 2 receivers left, split backs on either side of Noah Bentley. Bentley's got a little bit of time, though, and he's going to go deep. He's got a man, but it's intercepted. Nice job stepping in front of that one. Cade Moore picks him off. Colin Urich looked like he was open. Yeah. And Cade Moore comes over, jumps in front of it, gets the foot down, inbounds at the 31-yard line, and it's Argyle football. After that interception, Argyle wasn't able to do a whole lot with it, but the very next possession, Argyle gets another interception. Celina's over 3 on 3rd down. Bentley rolling to his left this time. He's under a lot of pressure. He gets the ball away. It's tipped. It's intercepted. 3rd interception of the game for Argyle. This time in Celina territory. Jet Copeland has it. Gets it back to the Celina 35-yard line where the Eagles will take over 1st and 10. And just a couple of plays later, Jacob Robinson gets his first touchdown pass of the night. First play of that drive. Best starting field position for Argyle. Play action. Robinson's going to go deep right side. He's got a man, and it's open. Touchdown, Argyle Eagles. Ward McCullum got behind the cornerback over there. Dean Hamilton, 35-yard touchdown pass. Robinson to Ward McCullum. 6 on the board for the Eagles. Argyle gets the football back after another Celina punt. This one went 6 plays, 54 yards, and Landon Ferris had a great run where he almost gets to the end zone, but it sets up the touchdown. Eagles marching down the field, 1st and 10 from the 15. 2 receivers to either side for Argyle. No tight end out there now for Argyle. It's Ferris straight up the middle. Huge hole. 5 runs over a man, dives for the end zone. He's just short. They're going to mark him down at the half-yard line for Landon Ferris. And that extra point was actually missed on that one. Made it 16-0 Argyle. And that's where we stand. Argyle tried a little Hail Mary at the end, and it was completed by Jacob Robinson, but he was kept out of the end zone, and Argyle leads 16-0 here as we get just about ready to start the second half here at Eagle Stadium. Argyle leading the way in total yards, 221 total yards, only 45 for Celina, 121 through the air for Argyle, only 38 for the Bobcats. 100 rushing yards for Argyle, most of that in the last couple of possessions. Only 7 rushing yards for the Bobcats. Argyle with 6 penalties and Celina with 5. The big key, though, Celina 3 turnovers and none for the Eagles. Jacob Robinson for Argyle, 8 out of 11, 121 yards and a touchdown. Landon Ferris leads on the ground, 8 carries, 55 yards. Dax Rainey, 5 carries, 35 yards. And Jacob Robinson, 3 carries for 20 yards. Ward McCollum leads the way receiving, 4 catches, 61 yards and a touchdown. Jaquan Felton, 1 for 26. Hayden Stewart, 2 for 21. And Riley Page, 1 catch for 13 yards. Mykel Madry had been the stud on defense, 3 tackles, 1 of those for loss. Dax Rainey with 3 tackles. Interceptions by Cade Moore. Jaquan Felton with an interception and a breakup of a pass. And 2 tackles for loss for Jet Copeland and an interception. 3 tackles for loss, actually, for Jet Copeland and an interception. So he's leading the way defensively. And right before this kickoff, Mitch, any rapid med keys to the second half?
Yeah, the number 1 key. Oh, we had a drumstick left out on the middle of the field.
No, not chicken drumstick. An actual playing of the drum.
Don't let Celina steal your momentum, right? Keep it going, keep it rolling. Do what you were doing in that second quarter the rest of the game, and you'll be in great shape.
Caden Dotson will kick it off, and he starts right where he left off again. Right about the top of the E in that big red end zone. Shout out to my friend Bob Eubank over in Frisco listening tonight. To
from the not the
newlywed
game.
No, not the newlywed game. Not that one. No, different Bob Eubank. Matter of fact, he was listening and watching tonight because his daughter actually dates a Celina player. Can you believe that?
Oh, okay.
What in the world? What in the world?
We got to have a
1st and 10.
We got to check on that.
For the Bobcats. Moving from left to right here in this third quarter are the Bobcats. 2 receivers right, 1 left.
Oh, something.
Lots of movement up front. Mykel Madry goes back and has some words there, I guess, with Trey Hollins, who's in the backfield. We'll see if our officials. Yeah, we've got the mic back, I think.
Trey better check himself if he's going to take on Mykel.
Noah Bentley, the quarterback for the Bobcats. Where's number 1? He's the junior, 6'2", 185. And it looks like Trey Hollins in the backfield on this play. The receivers, Colin Urich and Brady Cunningham and Brower nickel. And here's a handoff, and it is going to be Trey Hollins, and he is hammered, but he breaks that tackle.
Ooh.
As Grant Mirabal didn't wrap up after he hammered him.
Grant Mirabal slows it.
But he gets a gain of 4. And it'll be 2nd down and 11. Up front, the big boys for Celina. Michael Reeps, second team All-State a season ago. He is the senior center. Hamish Pofu is the guard. Caleb Cortez, the other guard. Zach Ferris and Brendan Armijo are the tackles for Celina. Defensively for Argyle up front this time, it's Rylie Van Poppel, Michael Madry, and Ethan Gonzalez. Carson Shaw, Grant Mirabal. We'll get the rest of that defense for you here in just a moment here. 2nd down and 11. Bentley from the shotgun. He's rolling to his right.
Look out.
To his left, excuse me. He's being chased by Madry. He's going to throw on the run. A nice throw and a nice catch by Jack Brown, but he was out of bounds. And that one will be incomplete. Defensively for Argyle, also out there at the linebacker spot, Brock Bunce. The safeties are Cade Moore, Jet Copeland, and Will Ramsey. And the corners actually Zach Olmeyer is one of the safeties. Cade Moore has moved back to his normal corner spot. And him and Jamel Felton are the corners.
Yeah, boy, and it was a good thing that Noah Bentley didn't want to set his feet and try and square up and throw that, because he was going to get demolished right there.
3rd down and 11. He's going to throw the screen this time to Trey Hollins, and Hollins is going to have some running room on that left side. A nice play there by Celina. Good play call there by their offensive coordinator, Travis McLean, and that'll be a Bobcat 1st down out to the 38-yard line, a 14-yard gain.
Yeah, and that was a nice play, right? Just a little screen pass out to the side, and there wasn't a whole lot of coverage by Argyle, and, you know, he made a nice run, and he's really feeling himself now. He kind of jumped up and did the kind of half of Zeke, half Michael Irvin throwing the 1st down sign out there.
Bentley was 5 out of 12 for 38 yards in that 1st half, so any passing yardage he's happy with. Here's a handoff this time to Hollins on the right side. Hollins usually plays defensive end.
He's got him on the ground.
Looks like a rugby here. He's lifted up high above the crowd here, and they finally blow the whistle, and Trey Hollins, I'm going to bring in somebody, maybe Trey Hollins again, the defensive end, but they bring him in running maybe a little bit more passion and energy out there. Now he'll get a breather on 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, I mean, he's not even listed in the 2 deep as a running back.
No.
He looks pretty good. Pretty thick.
So 2nd down and 4. Celina at their own 44-yard line, trailing Argyle 16-0. 9:55 to play 3rd quarter with Mitch Cullen. I'm Kenny Arthur. Clark McNulty on the sideline. Blake Jones producing for us tonight. All sorts of time, but he now has run out of time. And Rylie Van Poppel will get the sack of Noah Bentley. And again, Mitch has said this 2 or 3 times, a coverage sack. As all the receivers were covered up, Noah Bentley had nowhere to go, a loss of a couple. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Yeah, and he kept it way too long right there. There was only one person that could get to him, and that's who got to him. But he had plenty of time to just tuck that ball and take off to the left side, which he should have done. But again, great secondary work by Argyle, shutting them down completely and giving those D linemen a chance to get some pressure.
They're down about 6.5. 2 receivers come right, 1 left for the Bobcats. Bentley going to go with the screen again, and some running room here it looks like, but it's going to be stopped well short of the 1st down. That was complete to Gabe Gayton. And Jamel Felton comes up and stops him well short of the 1st down. It'll be 4th down and a couple. And it will bring on the punt team.
It looked like he had something cooking right there, too. I mean, because the Argyle linemen bit on it, right? And they came in hard, and they just dumped it over the top. But Felton closed in nice and fast and got him on the ground. It was a great play.
Let's see here on 4th and short. If Coach Bill Elliott wants to try a little fake punt or something. And Caden Lowrick punts it away and punts it way away from Cade Moore, and it gets a nice Celina bounce rolling all the way inside the 15 down to about the 13-yard line. So a really nice punt that time for Caden Lowrick, a 42-yard punt. No return for Argyle, so the Eagles have it 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line. Here's that starting offense for Argyle. Jacob Robinson is your quarterback, and we'll see who comes in at running back here on this first possession as Argyle's running back by committee pretty much every game this season. Wideouts are Ward McCollum and Hayden Stewart. Rylie Page, the slot receiver. Boys up front are Nash Kruger at center, usually. Nick Rubian and Austin Criswell are the guards. Sheridan Wilson is at 1 tackle, and I believe it's going to be Dominic Reed at the other tackle. Wes Tucker is out this week. He's got a shoulder injury. And here's a handoff straight up the middle, and Knox Scoggins gets the handoff on this one.
Yeah, so Argyle with the 3 wide is really spreading out their defense, right? So if you can get any kind of push on your O-line, there's almost nobody there, right? Look at the middle of the field. There's no deep safety. So if you get past the line of scrimmage, you got something cooking. But we hadn't had a whole lot of success until right now.
Nice run this time by Scoggins. He bounces it outside to the 23s right at the first down marker. And they will, well, we're waiting on the signal. And yep, they give him the first down. Maybe, possibly, yes.
Yeah, and Argyle's ready to go. They're like,
yeah, come
move
on.
the chains, let's go.
Argyle's got 3 receivers to the left here because you got Hayden Stewart and Lane Stewart. Both here to the left with Rylie Page.
No.
And snapped over the head. And getting back on that is Jacob Robinson. He's just going to fall on it, but it's going to be all the way back at the 7-yard line. Loss of 16 that time.
Man.
I'd look down for 2 seconds. Was the snap too high? Or?
Yeah, and it was hot, right? I mean, it was going to be right about at his forehead, but it was coming in hot, and he just kind of tipped it and it went straight up even higher.
Second and a long way now. And there's another flag down. There's going to be a false start. Sheridan Wilson
False
is
offense, number 50. Half the distance, second down.
Well, luckily it's not too big a penalty.
Sheridan Wilson's having a little coaching session with his fellow offensive lineman, his center. Saying, all right, couple mistakes, no big deal.
All right, so second
Back to
down. Let's get 15 yards here or something just to get out of the, give us some room to do something.
And it's going to be a handoff. Lots of running room straight up the middle. Peyton Shoemake's got it. Spinning, breaking tackles. Andy Smith, who loves the spin move.
Okay, 14. I'm telling you, he's really feeling himself. Now he's shoving everybody around.
14-yard gain that time, and it's going to be third down and 15 here. Jacob Robinson claps his hands together. He gets the snap, and he's going to hand it off to Shoemake. He's got to make a man miss, and he does not. Nice job by Ty Martle, Johnny, coming up, making that stop. Excuse me, that's Cole. I get them mixed up, you know, because I don't know them that well since they don't live in Argyle.
That is kind of a crazy name, though, right?
I can get the last name pretty well. I know that 21 and 22 both are named Martle Johnny.
Yep.
But one's Cole, one's Ty. I assume twins since they're both seniors, both 175 pounds, both playing the secondary.
Yeah.
It's not confusing at all. Fourth down, Jacob Robinson, Caden Dotson back at punt formation, left-footed punt this time, and a fair catch will be called by Zach Vaverka. And he catches it about helmet high.
He commits the cardinal sin of kick returners. He caught the ball over his head.
42-yard punt and no return, and 6:01 to play here in the third quarter. Argyle still leading 16-0, and old Mitchy Pooh's going to tell us who's bringing us our third quarter.
Yep, so tonight's third quarter, Marty Bees, RFG Wealth Management, Matt Artho of Country Lakes Family Dental. I go there myself. Point Bank, Dr. Rex Rote, Argyle Family Chiropractic, Embassy Suites, Shelley Wiley of the Argyle Fine Arts Preschool, and JB Warnies.
Interception, another one, off to the races. It's Jet Copeland, 10-5, touchdown, inside the pylon. Did he get in? He did, yep. Touchdown, pick six. Jet Copeland, the fourth interception of the night, the second for Jet Copeland. This one a pick six, 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
Yeah, and I missed the whole play other than the return, and boy, he had some jets turned on right there, right? And outran everybody to the end zone.
Well, that was just one of those that Bentley should have never thrown it. It was an out route on the far side of the field, and you could tell that Jet Copeland was going to jump that route before the ball ever left Bentley's hands. Colton Rockamore to hold. Caden Yates, the deep snapper for Argyle. Snap's good. Rockamore's hold is good. And the extra point is down the middle. 5:51 to play, third quarter. It's now Argyle 23, Celina nothing on AEBC Broadcasting.
Hello, Eagle fans. This is Joe and Tina Bartram with LHM Financial, formerly known in the Eagle community as CNN Mortgage. We're a privately owned mortgage lender since 1998, offering home financing options for your family needs. LHM Financial is a proud sponsor of the Argyle Eagles and an active member in the community. So mention this ad and receive $500 towards the cost of your appraisal when we do your financing on your next home. Give me a call at 817-601-7800. If you have dreams, we have solutions. LHM is licensed by the Texas Department of Savings and Mortgage Lending. LHM NMLS is 184530. Joe Bartram's NMLS is 1010. 778. Go Eagles.
Cycle Center of Denton and BMW Motorcycles of Denton proudly support Argyle Athletics. Cycle Center is your local family-owned and operated power sports store with the best selection of motorcycles, all-terrain vehicles, and side-by-side fun and work machines. Shop the largest parts and accessories showroom in North Texas and experience a factory-trained service department that will support you with the great service to keep your machine running at its best. Cycle Center wants to thank all the Argyle football fans, coaches, and faculty that make Argyle the best school in Texas. Come see why Cycle Center of Denton is called your power sports store with more.
It's been the story of interceptions tonight for the Argyle Eagles. Caden Dotson set to kick off and kick in this direction. He's put it in the end zone every time. Well, except once, and he put it out of the back of the end zone. This one a line drive, and it'll hit at the 10 and roll into the end zone.
Man, they're super nonchalant about that. What if that checks up and comes backwards?
Yeah, well, that's exactly what it did last week against Pleasant Grove one time, and Argyle got on it. But, well, sort of a drive summary, I guess.
Yep.
Mitchy Poo, who's bringing us this touchdown, whatever it was?
This would be Lisa Hemby of Closets by Design. So I guess if you want to do it a drive, it was a 45-yard interception return for a touchdown by Jet Copeland. About 4.5 seconds off of the clock, right? If you ran a 45-yard dash, so probably 5 seconds off of the clock. But great play. One of the keys to the game, right, was the turnovers, and turnover margin way in Argyle's favor right now.
And Bentley's going to hand off this time. Trey Hollins is back in the backfield again, and he is going to be wrapped up, but seems to be dragging the pile for a few yards all the way out to the 30-yard line, about a 5-yard pickup. Jaden Scarlett, one of those in there. Hunter Sandifer also as well. Got another new nose tackle, nose guard out there is Logan Gregory for Argyle. Second down and about 5.5 for the Bobcats. One receiver to either side. They've gone with the full house backfield here, both of these plays, and it's going to be Trey Hollins running left again, and he is wrapped up by Brock Bunce. Couple of yards this time. We'll call it a gain of 3, leave 3rd down and 2 for Celina.
So Celina in a super bad spot right here, right? I mean, number one, they're losing 23-0. They need to play catch up, but how many picks have they thrown?
4, yeah.
4 picks. They need to be throwing the ball, right? But they're scared to throw. They're gun shy because they've thrown all those picks. So they just run the ball, and they're just running the clock. I mean, there's still plenty of time to score 3 touchdowns, which is what they have to do, but they're just in a bad position.
3rd down and 2, and it's going to be Hollins again. He's looking for a hole, and he's got one. He's got a 1st down out to the 40-yard line. Jaden Scarlett makes the stop, but a 1st down out to the 40.
And he is a physical player, that's for sure. But boy, he's gonna take a pounding on plays like that. My wife Rhonda says game is over now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's making the call.
Is she singing the Don Meredith already?
I guess.
From the 40, still with that full house backfield look, 3 backs behind Noah Bentley as he's up under center. And it's going to be Hollins running left. Jet Copeland had a shot at him and misses that tackle. And he goes out of bounds, does Hollins, at the 46-yard line. Credit Cade Moore with that tackle. Be 2nd down and 4 after that 6-yard gain.
Yeah, they almost have no interest at all in throwing the ball. I mean, none. Which I guess you can't really blame them. But, you know, a couple of those just been bad luck, right? Tip balls, stuff like that. But, you know, if you're going to catch up, you need to do it in a hurry. You're not going to get it by running.
2nd down and 4. Same look in that full house backfield. It's going to be Brady Cunningham getting the ball. This time the ball comes out, but they're going to say he was on his back. And that's That's going to be a gain of 2. Grant Mirabal makes the stop. We'll call it a gain of 3. Leave third down and 3 for Celina at their own 48. And here's some wholesale changes on third down. About 2.5. And Rylie Van Poppel, Ethan Gonzalez, and Michael Madry check in as the 3 up front. Cunningham will go in motion. They'll hand it to Trey Hollins running left. He's tripped up, but looks like he's got just enough for the first down. Gets across midfield to the 49. Needed about 2.5, picked up about 3.5, and it's a Bobcat first down.
Yeah, and he wanted out before that play. He was tapping on his helmet, which is usually a signal to the sideline, take me out, and they told him no to get back in and handed it to him, and he got the 2 yards they needed, but that was about it. And now he has gone out.
This is the first time that Celina's offense has been in Argyle territory, if you believe that. And I do, because Blake told me in my ear.
Yep.
And I believe Blake. 1st and 10. Again, full house backfield. It's Cunningham. Oh. Wow, Cunningham runs over someone, but can't run over Will Ramsey. And so only a pickup of a yard. 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and this is one of the more physical defenses Argyle's had in a long time. They've always had plenty of speed, good tacklers, and good players. This year, man, they are physical, that's for sure. Will Ramsey came up, popped that dude right there.
2nd down and 9. Celina, and they're all white tonight. White jerseys, white pants, orange numerals, white helmets with the orange C on the side of it. Bentley's going to do the check with me.
Can you put your hands under center and stand up? I guess his hands maybe were on the back of the center.
2nd down and 9. Handoff on the left side, Sean Rabe. Got a decent gain there before Jet Copley can make the stop, and it's going to be about 3rd down and 3 for Celina. Argyle tonight in their red jerseys, white numerals outlined in black, black pants, black helmets with silver eagle wings on those helmets. Thanks to Cinch Cleaners for your uniform update. 3rd down and 3 for the Bobcats from the Argyle 42. Minute 26 to play, 3rd quarter. Argyle leading 23-0.
And they're putting together a pretty nice little drive, right? But good grief, it's probably going on almost 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
There's the 9th play of the drive, and it's going to be Rabe again running left. Gets a nice head of steam, and he's got a first down to the 36-yard line. Jaden Scarlett will come back in now for Argyle. Credit Cade Moore with another tackle.
Yeah, they kind of run that. It's kind of a little counter tray or something right there, and that's where they've been. I don't know, what do they get? 4 yards, 3 yards a carry, and they're content with just doing that down the field. I don't know, maybe their goal is just to get a touchdown or something.
We've got a timeout on the field, and we'll take us one as well. 51 seconds to play, 3rd quarter. Argyle leading Celina 23-0 on Argyle Eagle Booster Club Broadcasting.
Buying or selling a home is likely your greatest investment. Lori Jacobson and the Legacy Group believe in making the process easy and simple for your family. Whether you're moving into your forever home in Argyle, need help remodeling or staging, or are a first-time buyer, Lori's dedicated to making sure all of her clients walk away from the transaction satisfied. She has a saying that you walk in as a client, but you leave as a friend. So it's no secret why she's been named Best Real Estate Agent by D Magazine yet again. Lori Jacobson encourages all the Argyle Eagles to leave a legacy both on and off the field. Go Eagles.
Hello Eagle fans, this is Chris Robinson with RFG Wealth Advisory, proud supporters of Argyle Eagle Sports. We are a local wealth management firm located right here in downtown Argyle. We understand that you are busy and may not be making good progress towards your financial goals. Let us help you get on track towards a better financial future. Check us out online at www.rfgwealthadvisory.com and sign up for a free assessment of your current investment portfolio. Go Eagles.
And it's going to be picked up by Argyle. Devin Owen picks up the fumble. I believe it was Rylie Van Poppel that knocked the ball loose on the sack of Noah Bentley. And it's Argyle football at the Celina 43.
Yeah, and it was the perfect strip sack, right? He's coming from behind. The QB doesn't hear the footsteps, and his first move is to smash down on the arms of the quarterback, and that's what he did, stripped it out. Argyle scooped it up, so that long drive that they had working did nothing but just burn a bunch of clock.
32 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Now Argyle leading 23-0. Another turnover number 5 for the Bobcats. We've got an injured Celina player. Let's take us a quick Rapid Med Urgent Care timeout with Gabe Gayton down on the turf right now. Be first and 10, Argyle at the 43 when we come back in just a moment on Argyle Eagle Booster Club Broadcasting.
Rapid Med Urgent Care provides you and your family with personalized minor emergency care and primary care, checkups to cuts, broken bones, vaccinations, rapid COVID testing, physicals, and now with our all-new online booking system, scheduling a visit has never been easier. Simply visit our website at rapidmed.com, find a time that works for you, and book your video visit or schedule an in-person visit. Rapid Med Urgent Care, the hometown family doctors with Texas-sized hearts, extremely proud supporters of our Argyle Eagles.
Hi Eagles, this is Rebel and Piper Mickenheim. Our family owns Chard Pool and Patio. As our town grows, Chard continues to value community and hometown pride. We want to know your name and hear about your kids. Chard is a family-owned and operated pool company devoted to customer service and complete customer satisfaction. We specialize in pool design and pool renovations. Ready to get started on your backyard oasis? Contact Chard Pool and Patio today.
I am Gillette Ryan with the North Texas team, now powered by Compass Realty. I've been providing my clients, friends, neighbors with premier real estate services in Argyle for over 18 years. I am dedicated to providing my clients with a more powerful service and even more powerful results. We are working together to create a personal experience to help you accomplish your real estate goals. Call us today if you have any real estate needs. We are proud to be part of the Argyle family, and go Eagles!
First and 10 Eagles here. Gabe Gayton goes off the field under his own power. He looks to be okay. Two receivers to either side here for Argyle. Jason Crowder back in at center now. He moved a little bit, and then Sheridan Wilson moves a little bit. Looks like Jason Crowder kind of wiggled the ball a little bit, and I guess Sheridan saw that.
False start, 72, 5 yards, first down.
Argyle does a little, we talked about running back by committee, Mitch, all season long here, 3 games. They've done a lot of offensive line by committee. If Wes Tucker's out there, they're really changing guys in and out, moving them down to guard and tackle and switching everybody around. Quick hitter here for Jacob Robinson out to Hayden Stewart, splits a couple of defenders, and he's got a nice gain inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of about 10 yards, leave a second down and 5.
Yeah, and it's probably way more valuable if you can interchange those O-linemen as opposed to running backs, right? Running backs are great, but those O-linemen, man, they create the hole for the running back, like right there.
Big hole created this time on that right side. Jason Crowder over there, as well as Nick Rubian opening up that hole on that right side. Sheridan Wilson as well, and that's a first down to the 31-yard line. Landon Ferris is out there at running back now. We're through quarter number 3 here at Eagle Stadium. 12 minutes left to play in this ball game. Argyle 23, Celina nothing. This is where you listen to Argyle Eagle football, brought to you by the Argyle Eagle Booster Club.
Feel like you never have any space to put things? Tired of your closet always looking cluttered, no matter how you try to organize it? Try Closets by Design. Have an expert out for a free consultation to have a look at your closet, garage, home office, pantry, anything. And they will build you a closet system that caters to your every need. Why go buy a basic cookie cutter piece of furniture when you can put in a system tailored specifically for your every need? Schedule your consultation today by calling 972-361-0010 or schedule it online at closetsbydesign.com. Imagine your home totally organized. Closets by Design. The Real Estate Station, owned by Dave and Kathy Salisbury, Argyle residents and proud Eagle parents. The Real Estate Station has been in Argyle since 1986, buying, selling, and renting to thousands of happy clients. We are proud and honored to be the Argyle ISD designated real estate office and look forward to helping Argyle ISD build its future because our success comes from our school's success. We've been proud district supporters for over 15 years. We were the first real estate office in Argyle and we're here to stay. The Real Estate Station. We love supporting Argyle schools. Go Eagles.
Landon Ferris gets a handoff here on this first play of the fourth quarter. Pulls over a guy at the 24-yard line.
Oh, what we got? Wait.
That was Zach Vaverka again, but there's a flag.
We're going to have smack talk here.
Holding.
What?
Offense, number 55. 10 yards, first down.
Oh. Okay, Jason Crowder called for the hold there. Hey, Clark, I think you said you had a shout-out for us.
Awesome shout-out. I just got a text at halftime from an Argyle Eagle great, Brendan Dixon, Sunshine, over in Florida, and he's loving listening, remembering his days here. Hey, the fat guy with the microphone on the sidelines.
Hey, Brendan's not that fat.
No, me.
Yeah, he slimmed down.
I have the microphone.
Oh, that's old Sunshine looks good in a Pittsburgh Pirates cap.
He does, too.
He's got the flow.
Robinson under some pressure now, and he's just going to heave one up in the air. If that ball was caught, and it was in bounds, what a great catch by Hayden Stewart. Two defenders were right there on him, Colin McKitty and also Ty Martle, Johnny. It went right over their hands, and a great catch and getting a foot in bounds by Hayden Stewart. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, so Hayden saw the ball and looked at the sideline to see where he was, and then he looked back around and caught it.
Jacob Robinson now is hit on 7 passes in a row. 2 receivers to either side. Landon Ferris to the left of Jacob Robinson. They'll play action to him, and they're going to throw it over the middle, and ball is caught. Another great catch by an Argyle receiver, and that is the other Stewart, little brother, Lane Stewart, making that catch. 12-yard gain and a 1st down to the Celina 21-yard line. And even when Celina comes up and makes a nice hit and great coverage, Mitch, Argyle still makes the catch.
Yeah, well, and if you looked at that, he didn't play the ball. He played the receiver, right? He could have gotten there, I think, and maybe made a play on the ball.
Offense.
But he was just
5
watching the
yards, 1st down.
receiver and ended up making a tackle, but it turned out to be, I don't know, what, 12 yards, 15 yards down the field?
Another false start on Argyle. 1st down and 15. How many false starts now, Blake? 7 false starts on the Argyle offense.
That's 35 yards.
Snap a little bit low. Up, lots of pressure, and Trey Hollins hammers Jacob Robinson. Nobody picked him up at all. He came free, and you would think that nobody saw him out of the corner of their eye. Loss of 7. So now going to be 2nd and long for the Eagles. Still 2 receivers to either side here for Argyle. Nice sack there for Trey Hollins.
Yep. Coming off the edge.
It's his 2nd sack of the season. There's movement again.
Okay, so they're doing something. We're going to have to ask Coach Rogers after the game.
And you can see that actually. Austin Criswell is the one that moved a little bit there, and he goes straight to that umpire, and he says something. He's wanting to make sure that the umpire knows something that Celina's doing that's making them jump.
They're either calling out the snap count or they're jumping intentionally, right, to make Argyle
false start,
pull back.
offense, number 20.
Write that down
down.
as a question for Coach Rogers after the game.
And Landon Ferris is one that was actually called for that. But like I said, Austin Criswell was the one out there that had something to say to the umpire there that stands right behind the defensive line of scrimmage. So he would be kind of the closest one to see or hear anything.
Either way, if you're a Celina fan, surely you're watching that clock just tick, tick, tick away.
Yeah. 2nd down, 27. Oh, Hollins has got a lot of pressure again, and Robinson's just got to throw another one away. And Hayden Stewart can't get back to that one, and it is incomplete. And all of a sudden, not like it was in the 1st quarter, Trey Hollins is in the backfield on every play.
Yeah, he's a good player, no doubt. But so their strategy is just bring guys off the edge, unblock, and we're going to be faster coming off the edge than you are getting rid of the ball. That's basically what they're hoping for.
Third and about Canyon Falls. Maybe Waterbrook. Here's the quick hitter out to Hayden Stewart, and he turns it on down up the sideline there, and he will get inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. A nice gain, but gain of 11 to the 27.
Kick it.
And that gives an opportunity maybe to give a field goal attempt, and it is. Caden Dodson will come in as Carter Buxton had a field goal earlier, and this one a little longer, and I think Caden Dodson's got a little stronger leg, and so it's going to be a 44-yard field goal attempt from the right hash for Dodson. Just a little bit of a breeze. Colton Rockamore to hold. Snaps back, it's good. Dodson's kick, it's got plenty of leg, it's on its way. Nope, it actually falls just a little bit short and a little right. I thought it had plenty of leg. And the 44-yard field goal attempt by Caden Dotson is a little short with 9:53 to play here in this ball game. And Argyle leading 23-0. Mitch, why don't we find out who is bringing us our fourth quarter tonight?
Fourth quarter.
Let's see who those fine folks are.
And they are fine folks.
On Sports. On Ticket Sports. On Radio AEBC.
Yeah.
Ticket Sports. Yeah. State Farm. No, that's the second quarter. I'm wrong too. Where's our fourth quarter sponsors? I'll have to turn the page.
Okay, I got tonight.
We'll get that in a little while.
Yeah.
Brady Cunningham gets the first handoff here, and as Mitch mentioned earlier, Celina really needs to move the football, and 2-yard gains that keep the clock running are not going to get you very far. Second down and 8. Fourth quarter sponsors tonight, Jill Pizzuto at North Lake Papa John's, Tryon Stutes at UCryo and Recovery, Fifth Gear Automotive, Wise Health System, Trophy Club Orthodontics, Shelby Black at Salon 377, once again voted best in Denton County, Noble Classic Homes, Tara Tarrant at Southland Real Estate. AEBC wants to thank all those cool sponsors for their support and getting us on the air. Second down and 8, full house backfield look again for Celina. A little running room this time on the left side to the 35-yard line, a pickup of about 6. This time, ball carrier was number, I'm not sure who had that. Oh, was it Sean Rabe?
18.
20. Rabe had the ball that time.
Who was 18?
It's Brower Nickel is 18. He's one of the receivers. He's had a couple of catches tonight. Third down and 2. For the Bobcats, they go with that full house backfield look again. Just kind of playing for the first down, and you don't have time for that. And just gets through a tackle of Jamel Felton in the backfield. Sean, I'm going to say Rob because that's what Andy Smith is saying over the PA, and Andy probably knows better than I do. It's R-A-B-E. He's calling him Rob, so I'm going to call him that now.
Yeah.
But I like Rabe just because then I can do the Fox 4 News thing.
Right. All right, so let's talk about common opponents this year. So Argyle is going to have to face
Paris and Melissa.
Paris and Melissa, which both of them, what, with 34-13, 35-14 or something, right? 35-13.
Yeah, both pretty close games. Let's see, I got here 34-13 over Melissa and 35-24 over Paris. Here's the handoff straight at the middle. It's going to be Rob again. And only a couple of yards that time.
Paris at halftime losing to Pleasant Grove, right?
Yeah.
What we heard. I was a little bit nervous about Melissa, still am with the game being over at Melissa, but obviously Melissa was dominated. I think they were at home when Celina beat them, right? Or was the game in Celina, remember?
No, it was this year?
Yeah.
It was in Melissa.
Yeah, so they lose on their home turf to Celina. And so Argyle now has to travel over there late in the season sometime.
Second down and 8. Coming left this time is Rob, and he's just taking his time, and you can't do that against the speedy Argyle defense. The sophomore, Devin Owen, up to make the stop. Hudson Immaterio, another sophomore, comes up to help him clean it up. No gain, third down and 7 for Celina.
Yeah, he was just coming wide, and he was going to try and read the hole and cut up. But like you said, there's just too much speed by everybody else, and before he could make that cut, he got caught from behind.
Third tackle of the game for the sophomore, Devin Owen. And it's third down and 7. Clock is just running, 6:50 to play. And I guess Rhonda was right. Maybe she reached out to Coach Elliott and said, hey, are you done? You kind of throwing in the towel? Third and 7, and it's going to be a run to the right side this time, but not even back to the line of scrimmage. Carson Shaw, Mykel Madry combined to make the stop on Colin McKitty. And no gain, it is fourth down.
Yeah, it just, I'm telling you, just no attempt to throw the ball whatsoever. And I guess he's been coaching a long time, right? So he knows what he's doing. But at some point, if you think the game's over, right, and you're just running the ball, which you obviously must think that it is, you got to get that passing game ironed out. You got a lot of games left to play. You got to figure it out. Why not figure it out?
There is a punt. Caden Moore is back deep. And again, nice job by Caden Lowrick to get that ball to punt that way away from Cade Moore. It's a 35-yard punt and no return. And so Argyle will have it at their own 21-yard line. Hey, Mitch, I know you probably got a lot going on. I know your neighbor across the street, Brandon Kubicek's got so much. Well, it'd be nice if he could park in his garage again. Get rid of all that extra stuff in your garage or home and move it over to Argyle Storage. They're located right here in Argyle, right off 377 on the north side of town. Climate-controlled storage, boat storage, RV storage, they have it all. Visit argylestorage.co, and let's get that car back in the garage. 1st and 10 for Argyle, moving from left to right. Jacob Robinson still out there at quarterback for the Eagles. Peyton Shoemake is the running back now, and that's who's going to get the handoff here. Running behind Nick Rubian and Sheridan Wilson. Nice block by Nash Kruger. Only a pickup of about 3, though. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, those linemen are really going at it. It is kind of funny because you see somebody on the ground, you see a little pushing and shoving, so those guys obviously do not like each other, and I'm sure it's getting pretty dirty and nasty down there. And Argyle linemen really came to life in that second quarter, that's for sure.
Shoemake's got it again, cuts it up, finds a little hole right up the middle. Nick Rubian again leading the way. And Austin Criswell leading it as well. And Garnt Cheney. Going to be 3rd down and 3 here for the Eagles.
Yeah, these two teams have never liked each other. You know, and I guess it's because both of them are similar in their success. And it kind of shows after most of these plays with somebody saying something to somebody else.
3rd down and 3 here, and Argyle let the clock run a little bit here. 4:47 to play. Argyle 1 for 7, believe it or not, on 3rd downs. They're at their own 28 here. Snaps back. Oh, Robinson bobbles it a little bit. Now he's going to roll out to his left. He's going to stop and throw and basically just throws it away. Ward McCullum, the intended receiver. There's a flag down in the backfield. Nick Rubian is holding his arms up like, I hope you call something on them, because how's he supposed to hit me like that?
Holding.
Nope.
Offense, number 89. Penalty decline. 4th down.
It's Grant Cheney that was called for the hold, so it wasn't Rubian. But something happened to Rubian. He wanted to know what happened.
Penalty is accepted.
Oh, penalty's accepted.
Okay.
Wow.
That's just, that makes no sense. That makes no sense.
So on 3rd down and 13 now, would have been 4th and 3. So we'll see if the Eagles can pick up this 1st down. Hunter Stewart is wide, Hayden Stewart wide right. Ward McCollum and Rylie Page are out to the left. Grant Cheney, the tight end.
They're going to send everybody, watch.
And Cheney moved a little
There
bit.
they go.
Oh, they didn't call that one. Oh, all sorts of pressure again for Robinson, and he throws it away as he is brought down in the backfield. And again, tons of pressure that time on Jacob Robinson, and so I guess Bill Elliott knew what he was doing, and he moved him back 10 yards, and so now Argyle will punt from 10 yards further back.
Yeah, I guess that 10 yards was worth the 10 seconds that it ran off.
Caden Dodson back in punt formation. He'll go left-footed this time. Knuckleball kick's going to land around midfield, get a nice Argyle roll. Still rolling all the way down inside the 30, down to the 32-yard line. A 50-yard punt for Caden Dodson. And with 4:13 to play in the ball game, Argyle still leading 23 to nothing over the Celina Bobcats. Hey, your Argyle Eagles play as a team. Isn't that the best way to get a job done? Don't you want a team of dentists working on your dental implants or wisdom tooth care? Well, at North Texas Facial and Oral Surgery, a team of dental experts will craft the perfect game plan for your oral health. Visit ntfos.com for dentists you can trust.
Well, I think we're going to switch QBs for the Bobcats.
Well, Colin McKitty is listed as the backup, but he's ran the ball a few times, but I don't think he's attempted a pass. First and 10 for the Bobcats. They do go with Colin McKitty at quarterback and the full house backfield behind him, and he's going to hand it off. And nowhere to go. A few new faces out there defensively for Argyle, including the one that made that stop right there, Aaron Funderburk. Number 23, and about a 4-yard gain that time. In the middle right now, R.J. Bunnell is in there at middle linebacker. Devin Owen has moved up to a linebacker spot. Aiden Pruner on that defensive front along with Hunter Sandiford. Here's going to be the handoff straight up the middle to 45 making the stop on that play. That's Aiden Pruner.
He was hanging on for dear life right there.
No gain that time for number 20, Sean Robb, and it'll be 3rd down and 6.
Yeah.
There's 3rd down and 7 for the Bobcats. Again, that full house backfield look, and they're just still running the football even with the new quarterback out there. And once again, Aaron Funderburk, Devin Owen combined to make the stop. And a gain of maybe a yard, and it'll be 4th down for the Bobcats.
Yeah, the Bobcats, man, they've just got this whole second half, nothing, right? I mean, really, they have 0 on the scoreboard, so they've had nothing from the get-go, but second quarter on was just a totally different game than the first quarter.
The only thing I can think of is, I thought once they brought in a new quarterback, they might see if he could throw the ball a little bit, but I guess they just didn't want to get Noah Bentley hurt. Noah Bentley is a junior, but he has committed to play baseball at OU. Great punt here.
Got to field those things, don't you?
Caden Lowrick. Ends up being a 53-yard punt that rolls out of bounds at the 10-yard line. That's where Argyle will have it. 1st and 10, and we'll head down. Let's talk to Clark a little bit down there about Clark. We've got to start thinking about our players of the game, and I think defensively it's maybe a little tougher than you think. It would seem like it would be all Jet Copeland. Interception.
But also Rylie Van Palpel had another great game tonight.
Well, and Michael Madry we called his name about 8,600, 400, and 300, and 211 times, if that makes any sense at all.
That's a bunch.
I called his, yeah. So, man.
Co-defensive?
It's a whole swarm of defensive players.
Offensive, difficult.
1st down and 10, and running right this time, and breaking out is R.J. Bunnell. Nice run by R.J. 12-yard pickup. Lived in Celina for a couple of years.
Oh, he probably loved that run, didn't he?
I know Chase Bunnell loved it last year, playing against these Bobcats a couple times last 2 years. 1st down and 10 from the 23-yard line. And it's R.J. again running left this time. Dragging one tackler for a couple of yards. And the stop that time was Jacob Vincent, who's checked in, a 220-pound junior for the Bobcats. 1.5 minutes to play here in the ball game. Argyle leading. Now a couple new offensive linemen will check in here for the Eagles. Randy Good will come in, as well as Burke Rudolph.
So Ty Hudgens helping one of those guys up down there, and it looked like the Celina guy said, hey, I don't want your help.
Sorry, Noah Black also checked in for Argyle on that offensive line. 2nd down and 8 for the Eagles. 2 receivers left, 1 right. But it's just going to be another run, and somehow Bunnell sneaks through the hole there. There were 3 Bobcats in the backfield, and then the shiniest shoes on the field make the stop. It's Colin McKitty, who came in at quarterback. Well, now his safety spot, and I didn't realize how glittery those orange shoes of his were.
Yep. So, Hunter Neely, we hadn't really called his name since the first quarter.
First quarter, yeah.
I mean, he was everywhere in the first quarter, and he just kind of disappeared. He's still in there.
3rd down and 4.
Where'd you say he's going, Air Force?
Air Force.
Well, they're going to get a good player. The guy can play, that's for sure.
3rd down and 4. And it's Bunnell again.
Almost got
and guess who? Hunter Neely comes up to make the stop there.
Of course.
After about a 1-yard gain, it'll be 4th down, but that's going to do it as the clock will run out on this one. And this game is over, and the Argyle Eagles pitch a shutout tonight, 23-0. The Argyle Eagles beat the Celina Bobcats tonight at Eagle Stadium, and they get donuts tomorrow morning.
Yeah, they do. They pitched a donut, right? Zero.
Absolutely. Yeah, so good stuff for the Argyle Eagles tonight. Yeah, and honestly, that's the first shutout we've had in a long time because Coach Rogers is so dead set, you know, when we've got those runaway victories to get some of the backup players in there.
Yep.
Lots of times they'll give up some yards late in the game and some touchdowns, some points and whatnot. But the starters, for the most part, stayed out here most of the night tonight for Argyle. And the Eagles come away with a 23-0 shutout of the Celina Bobcats. We're going to come back. We've got our Jolette Ryan and the North Texas team postgame show on the way next. Once again, Argyle 23, Celina nothing. Back in a moment on Argyle Eagle Booster Club Broadcasting.
Hey, Eagle fans, are you tired of all the clutter? Do you have a spare room overflowing with decorations? How about a 2 or 3 car garage that you can't even park in? Well, Argyle Storage is the answer. They offer drive-up and climate-controlled self-storage, along with several storage options for the boat and RV customer as well. They're located on 377, close to home on the north side of Argyle. Check them out online at argylestorageco.com. That's argylestorageco.com.
Lamar National Bank offers checking, savings, money market accounts, and loans to businesses and consumers. Whether you like doing business face-to-face or talking to a real person over the phone, Lamar National Bank is the local bank that can best serve you because their bankers live, work, and play in the markets they serve. Go see Terry King at his Northlake branch or call 972-318-1060 to see that at Lamar National Bank, it's relationship banking at its best. Lamar National Bank, NMLS number 243049, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Howdy folks, Marty B here. Looking for a place to escape the everyday? Folks, come out to Marty B's and experience the spirit of the Texas Hill Country. Whether you're planning your next event, birthday celebration, or just looking for a place to connect with your friends and family, come out to see us and enjoy amazing food, amazing live music, and amazing service. Check out our website at martybsplace.com and come experience amazing with all of us at Marty B's. Go Eagles!
Updating your home is too important to do alone. The Design House of Denton has designers and experts on staff who want to help. Whether it's simply new flooring or having an entire wing of your home remodeled, the Design House has a full spectrum of services for any size idea you have. They care about you and your home both during and after your project. My wife and I know this from personal experience. Now it's time to see for yourself. Go see the friendly staff at their gorgeous showroom located just outside Golden Triangle Mall at 2303 Colorado Boulevard. The Design House of Denton, locally owned and proud members of Argyle Eagle Nation.
Your Argyle Eagles don't show up to a sporting contest, UIL event, or the classroom unprepared. Everything they do has purpose and builds towards the goals and expectations that have been established. As a fiduciary, Slayton Capital Advisors works with clients in a purposeful manner to establish and meet their financial goals. Visit us online to learn more at SlaytonCapital.com or schedule your complimentary consultation at SlaytonCapital.com/Argyle. Slayton Capital, your independent fiduciary advisor and supporter of Argyle ISD. Investment advisory services offered through Slayton Capital Advisors Limited. Slayton Capital Advisors is a registered investment advisor.
Over 65 years and still growing, at Bill Utter Ford, we'll help you find the perfect car, truck, or SUV with our always utterly affordable prices. Bill Utter Ford is a proud supporter of the Argyle Eagles, and together we are flying high over North Texas. Bill Utter Ford, a Denton County tradition for over 65 years. Visit us today or see us online at BillUtterFord.com.
You're gonna like the way we treat you. Bill Utter Ford.
Back here at Eagle Stadium, following a 23-0 victory for your Argyle Eagles to go 3-0 on the season. Celina falls to 2-1. And Argyle will travel to Waco next Friday night to take on the La Vega Pirates. And we'll see if we can find Clark, see if he's got our players of the game. You got him, Clark?
Yes. We're going to start with Landon.
All right, Landon Ferris, our offensive player of the game tonight.
Can you all throw some stats at us?
I can. I've got Landon and Blake, correct me if this is not completely right. 9 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown. Averaged almost 7 yards a carry.
And he got the game ball the first week at the Tom Landry Classic as well. So it looks like there's a little bit of running back by committee, but I see you running with an edge. Are you trying to make that statement because you pretty much did it tonight?
Yes, sir. I mean, all of us running backs work together. I mean, there's not like a solid starting job. We all just go out there and do our best. And yeah, I do run with an edge. I really, when I get out there, I'm a different person.
Yeah, a little shake and bake and thunder and lightning. And, they kind of stopped you there at the beginning. Was it the blocking scheme that changed, or did they kind of change after the passing game bit them?
Well, it was kind of the blocking scheme. We had to switch some things up and adjust, and then once we did that, we were able to go.
And I noticed that they kept you in to block is number 41. We kept coming in and messing things up pretty good in the first half, Hunter Neely. And was that an absolute assignment? You were to shadow the linebackers?
So, yeah, the whole week we were focusing on 41, and, if he was a threat, then yes, we had to pick him up. So, yeah, he was definitely a guy we had to watch out for sure.
Hey, Landon, this is Kenny Arthur up here in the broadcast booth. Your brother was pretty successful the last couple of years running the football and being out there. Is he giving you any advice, or did you learn anything from watching him the last few years?
Everything I know is from him. I mean, watching him on the sidelines when I was a freshman, and then, of course, when he's at college right now, he sends me texts, and then he comes to the games, and he's my role model. So I try to go follow his footsteps.
That's awesome. Congratulations, man.
Thank
Offensive
you.
player of the game. Have a good night. Go celebrate.
Yeah.
Our offensive player of the game tonight, Landon Ferris, 9 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown. And Clark now will get one of our defensive players of the game, Jet Copeland.
Absolutely. Jet Copeland, 5 tackles, 2 of those for loss, 2 interceptions. The second one you took all the way to the house for 6 points. I'm telling you, it seemed like we were calling your name out all night long.
Yes, sir. It was a lot of fun. It's my second week at safety, so I'm still adjusting, but getting in the right spots helps make plays.
So you're still a beginner?
Yeah, I'm a beginner.
We're going to expect this every weekend?
Hope so.
Now, I understand that there was a promise made by a certain defensive coach that if y'all pitched a shutout against the dreaded Celina Bobcats, what was it he said he was going to get?
A whole lot of donuts for us.
Now, is he going to skimp out and just do the glazed, or is he going to go for the crullers and the fritters?
I'm sure he'll get chocolate glaze, some kolaches as well. So I'm ready to eat tomorrow morning. Yes, sir.
Hey, this is up here in the press box. I just want to know, you made that pick, and you're heading down the sideline. Anything going through your head there? Don't trip. Don't do anything silly. Don't let the turf monster get me, or were you just trying to get inside the pylon?
I was just trying to stay cool and composed and beat that running back to the end zone. So
let me ask you this, though. Is it any sweeter running down the Celina sideline with that pick than it was over on this side?
Oh, yeah. It's a whole lot of fun.
I bet it was. Hey, awesome job tonight, man. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Jet Copeland, our defensive player of the game tonight. Had 2 interceptions, including a pick 6 that sealed this 23-0 victory over the Celina Bobcats tonight. And did you find Mykel out there? We're going to go with co-defensive player of the games.
This selfie in
yeah, there he is over there.
Yeah, I can see him.
He's over there in a big crowd of folks. So we'll talk a few more stats here while he's. Oh no, you got him. He's ready to talk to you, isn't he? All right, good stuff.
I like standing next to him because I look small.
All right, now he's got the headphones on. Here we go.
Mykel. We called your name a lot. I looked back at the stats and I thought, no, there's got to be more than that. But 4 tackles officially, and how many of them for loss?
3.
3 for loss. But it seemed like you were just pressuring the quarterback, and that outside containment was working for you tonight.
Yes, sir. Number 53, which was my tackle. Usually it's always a 2-on-1, but they weren't smart enough to give me that, so they just kept giving me one-on-ones. At that one of my last plays, I was on the outside, and he said, "Damn it!" And because I was in a 5, and I came across and I tackled the quarterback for a loss. But that's just how it's always going to be.
But my favorite Mykel Madry play, which I do keep favorites, is when you used number 53 to tackle the running back. that was epic.
Yes, sir. I was coming across, and I knew I wasn't going to get there, but I knew he could, so I just pushed him in there and made the tackle.
Hey, Mykel, Kenny Arthur up here in the press box. I noticed this when you came over to Chick-fil-A to take that picture that one day. But, you know, we look at the workout program in the offseason for Argyle, and there'll be a few guys that we see that really seem to put on a lot of weight. And you had a phenomenal season last year as a sophomore. But, man, tell me a little bit, just to, you know, as quick as you can, a little bit about what you did in the offseason, because you've just made a change, and you're well, a lot bigger. Let's just put it that way.
Yes, sir. To be totally honest, I love fried rice. So.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
so do I.
It's always fried rice and steak, and we have a great coach. Our workout coach is Coach Jordan. He tells us what to do, how to do it. So that's basically my thing. Just always in the weight room, getting ready for the next week.
Well, congratulations on Defensive Player of the Game, and let's go get ready for those Pirates.
Yes, sir.
All right, sounds good. Mykel Madry, our Defensive Player of the Game, along with Jet Copeland tonight. And as y'all heard, Landon Ferris, our Offensive Player of the Game tonight during our Jolette Ryan and the North Texas team postgame show. But right now, let's do a little out-of-town scoreboard with the great Steve Bartolotta.
Yeah, Kenny, Stephen Bartolotta is standing by, and let's get some scores in our out-of-town scoreboard.
Thank you, Blake. Well, another big night in Texas across high school football, and some big scores and maybe a few mild upsets to tell you about. First off, let's begin in Class 4A. Melissa is taking on Carter, and it's all Cardinals. 60-7. They lead the Cowboys that game late in the fourth quarter. Anna and Van Alstyne, this is a tight one, but Anna leads at 34-28. That game also late in the fourth quarter. Big clash of ranked teams as Waco La Vega is on the road at Austin LBJ. And LBJ, the number 4 team in the state, leads the Pirates 21-7. That game is late in the fourth quarter. China Springs, they're rolling over Brownwood. The Cougars lead at 50-14. That game late in the fourth quarter. Pleasant Grove and Paris, it's all Paris in this one, 31-7. That game also late in the fourth quarter. And Terrell is on top of Waco University, 49-21. That game in the fourth quarter as well. A couple of finals to pass along. Denton was on the road at the Colony, and the Cougars win it tonight 38-17. The Ryan Raiders, number 1 team in Class 5A still, despite their loss last week to Geyer. They got off to a sluggish start, but they were able to take care of Frisco Reedy tonight 28-10. Some other Denton scores, these were finals from last night. Braswell with a 10-point win at Saxe 38-28. And the aforementioned Geyer Wildcats rolled over Lake Ridge Thursday night 37-6. A couple of other 6A games to tell you about from around the area. The Allen Eagles trying to rebound from a very rare home loss last week to Atascocita. They lead Cedar Hill 28-16. That game is in the fourth quarter. And the Carroll Dragons, they remain undefeated tonight with their first shutout since 2019. They go into Prosper and win it 31-0. Owen Allen with 184 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Dragons are 3-0 on the year. Those are all the scores we have for you. Back to you, Blake.
Thank you, Stephen. Guys, a shocking score there is Austin LBJ on top of Waco La Vega, 21-7 in the fourth quarter as we begin to look ahead. Pirates may be on the losing end tonight as Argyle makes the trip down to Waco next week.
All right, and I believe
yeah, the Melissa score kind of shocking too.
NWC General Construction brings you this interview with Coach Rogers. And all right, you got him down there, don't you, Clark?
Absolutely.
Right.
Coach, tough first half, just like we talked about. Second half, defense held up, and you got the shutout against Celina. That has to make you feel really good.
Yeah, I was pleased defensively with what we were able to do the entire game. I thought our kids, we made some in-game adjustments a couple of times. I thought our kids really adjusted to it. And then offensively, it's just like I said in the Denton Record Chronicle, we're just going to have to make in-game changes. And right there in the second quarter, we started rolling pretty good offensively. And they made some more changes at halftime, and we had to counterpunch, and I think our kids did well.
And we were talking, as I was talking with Landon Ferris, he was talking about the adjustments the offensive line had to contain. It looked like almost the linebackers were almost doing a zone blitz, depending on what was happening in front of them. So that was just a great in-game adjustment to counteract that.
Yeah, they were putting a lot of pressure on us up front. I thought our guys were getting open, but we needed time to get the ball to them out on the perimeter. So we were able to do some things that we hadn't been able to do. I thought we improved overall as a team. And then I certainly think that they probably exposed some things we need to work on. And that's pretty indicative of Game 3. It takes heat to make steel, and you got to get You got to get a lot of reps out there to figure out where you're good and where you're not so good, and then come up with the adjustments.
In the turnovers, it really looked like the secondary was ball hawking really well, and then you had 2 forced fumbles on top of that. So 6 turnovers. That's exactly what you've been looking for.
All things we practice. All things we practice on a day-to-day basis. So I'm very pleased with the performance of the secondary, but I'm most pleased with just the eagerness and enthusiasm to adapt and adjust, and they lack the intellect of defensive play, and I like that part about them.
Hey, Coach Kenny Arthur up here in the press boxes. So what was the first 2 weeks? It's just been dominant from the get-go, and tonight struggled first couple of possessions like y'all talked about. What are the conversations like with your team on the sidelines when they are starting to finally face a little adversity for the first time?
Well, the conversations start on Monday, Kenny. We knew this was going to be a dogfight. This is by far the best team we've played. They're a physical, athletic team, and it's just an Argyle-Celina slugfest. We've had a couple of lopsided matches probably in the last 5 or 6 years, but they got a great product on the field. The Padilla poll has them ranked number 1 in Division II, us number 1 in Division I. So I was anticipating a real slugfest, and don't discredit Celina's ability to win a lot of football games going forward. The same thing is happening to them. It happened to us. Is they're going to go back and work on some things that they found out they weren't very good at tonight, and they're going to improve, and they're going to be a very stout playoff contender.
All right. Well, hey, great win tonight. Congratulations, and go celebrate and have some donuts tomorrow here.
I will not be participating in the donuts. I may have a breakfast burrito, but not a donut.
Okay. Sounds good. All right.
Thanks, you
Coach.
guys.
Thanks to NWC General Construction for bringing those player of the games and that interview with head coach Todd Rogers following this 23-0 victory over the Celina Bobcats. And Mitch, I think he's right. I think Celina is I think Argyle's an unbelievably good football team, and I think Celina's a really, really good football team, and they may not lose another game this year.
No, I mean, you got to realize that they were playing the best team in the state so far this year, right? And that's going to, when you do that, that's going to cause you to make mistakes that you don't normally make. And look back a couple of years ago where we just ran them out of the building, and then a couple of weeks later we faced them in the playoffs and fought for our lives to even come out with a victory in that game, right? So, like he said, they'll make their necessary changes, but they're a great football team, right? Maybe it just wasn't their best game tonight, but they're certainly going to have a ton of success later on in the year.
And checking in with Clark one last time. Hey, there's the perfect person to interview right there, Paige Arthur. She's the best interview you could have, right? Cheerleader of the game.
You have been chosen as cheerleader of the game by Dad.
Word? Okay.
So what adjustments did she have to make in the second quarter, since the first quarter was kind of, a back and forth deal, and then we rolled them in the second quarter? What adjustments did the cheerleaders make as far as their cheering goes?
It didn't seem like the cheering was really working in the first quarter with a 3-0. I mean, it was Argyle came out of it with a lead, but what adjustments did you have to make in order for the offensive explosion of the second quarter to happen?
I just had to be louder. We were louder as a team.
Had more energy. We had more energy and tried way harder. More effort.
There you go.
All right, effort.
So co-cheerleaders of the game, Paige Arthur and Macy Maynard. There you go.
Yep.
Awesome.
All right, hey, let's recognize a couple other people that helped make our broadcast possible. Bill Utterford, Lamar National Bank, Northern Texas Facial and Oral Surgery, Chard, Mickey Mickenheim of Eagle Realty, and Matt Slayton of Slayton Capital Advisors. They're our drive summary sponsors, and Argyle just didn't have enough touchdowns, but those people do help us put this broadcast on. We appreciate y'all's support.
Finish up this Jolette Ryan and North Texas team postgame show with some final stats. Jacob Robinson, 12 out of 17 tonight, 162 yards and a touchdown. We really didn't even talk about him. Wasn't even mentioned as player of the game. But that's a pretty good little stat line. 12 out of 17, 162 yards, 71% completion percentage.
Yeah, that touchdown in the north end zone down there was an awesome throw.
Yeah. Landon Ferris, 9 carries, 62 yards and a touchdown. Our player of the game, Dax Rainey, 5 carries for 35 yards. R.J. Bonnell had 4 carries for 21 yards. Peyton Shoemake, 7 for 17. Knox Goggins had 4 carries for 7 yards. Receiving, Ward McCollum, 4 for 61 and a touchdown. Hayden Stewart had 5 catches for 50 yards. Jaquan Felton, 1 for 26. Rylie Page, 1 for 13. And Lane Stewart, was 1 for 12. Noah Bentley for Celina, only 7 out of 16, 56 yards through the air. And, of course, those costly 4 interceptions. Sean Robb led the way on the ground, 14 carries, 35 yards. Trey Hollins had 7 for 34 for the Bobcats. Brower Nickel, 2 catches for 24 yards. Trey Hollins, Jack Brown, Colin Urich, and Gabe Gayton each only had 1 catch apiece, which to hold Colin Urich to only 1 is great. Defensively for Argyle, we talked about Mykel Madry leading the way. He was in the backfield all night long, officially, or well, I guess unofficially, but officially, unofficially.
Yep.
We've got him with the solo tackles. We've got him with 3 and 1 tackle for loss, but he was in the backfield wreaking havoc all night long. Cade Moore had a great game. You know, we sit here and we look at these players later, and we're like, we could have picked him for player of the game. We could have picked him for player of the game. Cade Moore had 4 tackles and an interception. Grant Miraball in the middle had 4 tackles. We had Jaquan Felton with an interception and a pass breakup. Carson Shaw had some big tackles. And I've got TFL all over the sheet here. Tackle for loss for him. Jet Copeland, as we talked about, 2 interceptions, 1 a pick 6, 2 tackles for loss. Will Ramsey with 4 solo tackles. Devin Owen played great tonight after being injured for a week. Big fumble recovery for Devin Owen as well. So, and a forced fumble by Rylie Van Poppel, as well as a couple of sacks. So, matter of fact, I know that Clark had even mentioned Rylie maybe as player of the game. So pretty much the entire Argyle defense could have been player of the game tonight.
Yeah, huge strip sack by Rylie Van Poppel. And, you know, we've already talked about it. The second quarter on was a different football game, right? And the defense, man, they came through so big. You know, with the shutout against Celina is huge no matter where it is. But there were a lot of great players all the way around in this game.
Totals for tonight, Argyle, 301 total yards of offense. Celina only 127. 162 through the air for the Eagles, 56 for the Bobcats. On the ground, Argyle with 139 rushing yards. Celina was 71. The only thing that Argyle really is going to want to work on, 12 penalties, 79 yards tonight for the Eagles, compared to only 6 for 45 for the Bobcats. But then that crucial one, 5 turnovers for Celina, and the big 0 donut on turnovers for your Argyle Eagles. So that's another positive.
I mean, if you're going to make a mistake in the game, I'd rather it be the 12 penalties than the 5 turnovers, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Even though you don't want either one, but, you know, it's great to have this kind of game this early, right? And when I did the keys to the game about, you know, staying composed, don't let the moment get too big for you. You learn it now, so it's easier for you the rest of the year, because the La Vega game next week, that's going to be a big game, right? That's another huge rival that has a ton of talent on the field. But to get that behind you with a victory like we had tonight is just a great thing that Coach Rogers, I'm sure, is going to look back on and say, man, I'm glad we had that experience tonight.
And we do have the La Vega Pirates next Friday. We'll be heading down to Waco for that one. La Vega, we just heard, is trailing 21-7. Late in that game against Austin LBJ. They have won a couple of games this year against Jordan out of Fulshire, so that may be a newer private school down there. They beat them 51-21, and then they beat Bishop Dunn out of Dallas 65-0 a week ago. And then again tonight they're losing to LBJ 21-7. But that's always a fun game, always a lot of speed on the field for the La Vega Pirates.
Yep.
And Coach Don Hyde's always got his team ready to play. And so it'll be another fun one next Friday night in Waco.
Yeah, it'll be exciting. You know, LBJ, they said, was ranked 14th. It's so hard to rank these teams, right? I mean, you got guys in sports writers in El Paso voting on some of these teams they've never even heard of.
Yeah, and the quarterback,
Jordan and
the quarterback played JV last year, and you've never seen him before, but you're saying that he's going to be the best, you know, that their team's going to be number 2 in the state or whatever.
So who knows? Maybe LBJ is better than 14, but it will be a fun game because it always is against them, right? They don't like us, we don't like them, and we've faced each other in big games in the past, and this will be another one.
That wraps it up tonight. Jolette Ryan and the North Texas Team Postgame Show. Thanks so much for listening tonight. Thanks to all of our awesome sponsors for helping get us on the air tonight here, especially thanks to the Argyle Eagle Booster Club for bringing us these broadcasts. And we'll have it for you again next week at 7 o'clock for the pregame show. Kickoff at 7:30 down in Belmead at Waco La Vega High School. We'll be excited to bring you that one as well. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. For Clark McNulty, Blake Jones, and Mitch Cullen, I'm Kenny Arthur. Once again, our final score tonight from Eagle Stadium, a shutout for Argyle, 23-0 over the Celina Bobcats. Until next Friday night in Waco, bye.
Good night.